where stars whisper secrets untold. A rift tears through the astral veil, and sanity reigns, its grip unfolds. Cultists chant in shadowed halls, their voices a hymn to chaos unbound. They conjure up forbidden falls, to summon the fallen, lost and unfound. Long unfound. Oh, astral winds carry a free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Across fractured plains, reality trembles, mountains weep, rivers twist in desperate prayer. The sun blinks, uncertain of its emblem, as eldritch horrors crawl from the lair. Their forms twisted and malefic, born of nightmares and forgotten dread. They drift through astral currents, a beacon for those who seek madness instead. Oh, astral winds carry on free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Every bone. In forgotten temples and cursed groves, heroes gather, there is all unyielding, to chase the ripples of reality's coves and confront the abyss, both fearsome and appealing. Oh, astral winds carry a free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. As the final verse echoes the starlit skies and death trembles on the lips of all, the abyssal maw opens galaxies within, ready to consume all those who stall. Yet whispers of valor and unity persist in the eminent astral reckoning. Perhaps hope shall win.
All right, welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, Tech? How are you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here. Understand if you've got to bounce and do your lurky McLurkenstein stuff, but hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us tonight, my friends, for session number 12 of Echoes of the Fallen Ascendant. We're going to dive straight into this because we left off last session in the midst of combat. Some dicey combat, some hairy combat, easy combat, but we'll see what happens as we go into the next round here. We do not have Lucy today. He is off on an African safari. I honestly wish that was a joke, but he is in Africa and he is out on the safari, so he has no internet, but we will have him back next week. And keep an eye on Discord throughout the week as he is going to be adding pictures of his Savannah adventure. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive over to the folks in stream here and get us started with a session recap. All right. Hello. Hello, hello.
Good evening.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
All right. So we are down Lucy this week. We almost had a Lucy this week, but yeah, he got to the location and he was like, initially he was just like, nah, I'm not going to be there. And I was like, no big deal. And then he messages me 2 days before and he's like, hey, my mom was reading this magazine and I think we actually are going to have Wi-Fi in the room. And then we got there, he messaged me and he's like, it took me 20 minutes to load a Google page. I will not be there. It's like, okay, no problem, but I got you. I get it. Go enjoy your African safari. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick recap and get back into the meat and potatoes of this absolute... I don't even know what this was. It was a train wreck for a group of goblins, that's for sure. They thought they had this shit pretty squared away and figured out, and boy, were they wrong. So, session 11, last week's session, was Novus the 29th. 4253 PFH at 9:30 p.m. is where we started. So the group took watch during the night. Lyra, Canis, and Dench sat up first and had a long conversation about what, quite frankly, a lot of things. Amelia and Bergtrod took the second watch, performed a fire belly ritual, which ended in a dazzling display of fire and signs in the heavens. And then they took turns answering questions and asking questions about their respective lives, friends, and homelands. It was actually one of the most wholesome watch cycles I think I've ever gotten to facilitate. That was pretty awesome. So, in the morning, Dench and Amelia charted a course based on Amelia's vision from the night prior, and it seemed to be much more specific than the previous location that you guys had been assuming. The group broke camp and began westward with their new traveling companions, meaning the family of elves. Late into the night, the group stumbled upon what was seemingly an abandoned camp, except for the fact that there was still a smoldering fire. Dench and Canis went to investigate, and were greeted by archers taking pot shots at them from brush cover. The group went on the offensive, and within about 12 seconds, had managed to slaughter 3 goblins and a large hawk, when a hobgoblin emerged from behind a tent and threw his shield and sword down and began to surrender. However, it appears that Pain continued to charge with his weapon held high. So, last week's session was worth 40 XP for all players, including Lucy. I will add Lucy's. There was no XP added for this combat because the combat is not over, so that will be added into next week's session. And before I forget, I'm just going to go straight into Lucy's thing and do it right now so I don't forget about it. Should be an even 800 for everybody. Alright. Lucy has been updated. Okay, let's see. So 40 XP, we are picking up today's session, session 12, on Novus the 30th, so another day has come and gone. 4253 PFH at 9 p.m. That's when you guys were just getting to the point where you were going to be bedding down for the evening after that next day's travel, and that is where we find ourselves. So, let me just make sure I don't have anything else. Nope, sure don't. Okay, so go ahead and resume our encounter. Pop on the skirmish music, and we're just going to dive straight into this thing. So, at the very top of the round, Lyra.
Right. So this one's Pain, right?
What? Yeah, can you not see his name?
It doesn't show me his name now.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, it just shows.
Oh, yeah, no. I got it. Yeah, zoom in, you'll see it's Pain.
Okay. All right. So.
By the way, the little circle and the terrible looking sword is his sword and shield.
Okay.
It's better than the cat drawing from your campaign.
Reminiscent of the cat. Okay.
That was iconic.
It's true, it was iconic.
All right. So I'm going to spend my action to wait. Hold on a second. Just gotta look at one thing really quick. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna spend my action to dash, and specifically put myself in between Pain and the hobgoblin.
Okay, what is your speed?
So right now it is 35 because I have my blade song up. I
Oh,
get 10
okay.
extra feet of movement.
Got it.
Okay, there we go. And then, sorry, I forgot my meter. And
No, it's okay.
As she's running past Dench, she will kind of look over her shoulder and give a nod. I want to turn her. There's a lot going on, but she'll be facing. Oh, here we go. She'll be facing Pain, and she's going to specifically say, "He threw down his weapon and shield. That means we stop." And she's putting herself directly in front of Pain. And that's all I can do because I use my action to dash, so.
Oh man. You guys, I'll say this: you guys are so lucky that I am not an evil piece of shit. Because right now would be the perfect opportunity for you to get stabbed right
Oh,
in
you
the
can do
fucking
it.
spine.
Stab me in the spine, then he's gonna die for sure.
All right, Kane is. So Kane is going to. Turn north a little bit, and he is actually going to. Alright, so he is gonna dash to get himself up to the hawks, and you see he kind of like climbs up onto the cages, and he's just kind of sniffing them. He's not doing anything to them, but he's just kind of sniffing out the hawks. Dench.
Okay. So, yeah, catching Lyra's eye, Dench will 30.
Just so you know, your mic sounds kind of off. It sounds like it might be pulling from your headset, or from your earbud. Or something.
Really?
Or maybe your camera.
I'll have,
Yeah, it's fine. I was just letting you know, it's not a big deal. We can hear you, but...
yeah, it is cool. I'll fix that. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, oh yeah, we can hear you. I was just letting you know it sounded different, so you didn't look back at it and go, what the fuck, you guys didn't say anything?
Yeah, I'll fix that in my
Okay.
my offer. All right. So Dench will get in front of this guy and shouting the whole time, on your knees, on your knees, and Dench will actually kind of grab him by the scruff, try to force him down.
Okay. Why don't you make an intimidation check for me?
Probably not.
Actually,
Do it with advantage because
I usually would anyway because of work thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Actually, I think is that true?
I don't know.
Menacing, yeah. I have a I just have proficiency in it.
Okay, yeah, do it with advantage because his entire warband is been killed in like less than 15 seconds. So yeah.
Ooh. That was almost a
Holy
terrible
shit.
fail. That was a 1 and a 19.
Thank God you had advantage. Okay, so yeah, you as you run up, you're screaming at this guy on your knees, on your knee. He doesn't fucking flinch. He drops straight to his knees. He puts his hands up. You said you grab him like kind of by like the scruff.
Like, yeah, well, kind of like on the collar, like right here. If
Okay.
he has.
Yeah. He's wearing
just like-
he's wearing like chainmail, so you grab like the heavy leather and furs that are guarding his fur from being pinched by the chainmail, and he just puts his hands are up. He's on his knees, and he's just like he keeps going between looking you in the eyes and staring at the ground. He is shaking in your hands.
All right, that's gonna be it. And then like Dench will like turn to look at Payne, probably with his hammer still in the air, like.
Amelia.
I'm going to move forward. 30 there. Weird question, but I don't have anything like physically I need to do besides moving. Can I hold a verbal action for if Payne goes to attack?
I don't think technically you can, but I'll allow it because it's not like it's gonna fucking hurt anything.
Okay, then yeah, that's all she's doing.
Okay, so you're just kind of like,
She's
watching and
approaching,
waiting.
making sure she can still see where the kids are, see what's going on here.
Okay.
Waiting.
All right, so it comes to the hobgoblin's turn. You feel like he's not resisting, but it's like when two big dudes get into a scuffle. Like even if one dude's like not necessarily being aggressive, he's still kind of like, he's getting jostled around and it's freaking him out a little bit. So you feel he's pulling, but kind of like easing into your hand and just kind of like trying to follow your control. You can tell this is not his norm. He's not used to being the one bullied around. But he's got his hands up and he goes, okay, yeah, I'm not fucking moving. I'm not moving. I kind of moving. Tell me what you want. All right, and then back to the top, Payne.
back to the bottom. That's a campfire right behind him.
It is, yeah. It's kind of smoldering at this point, but it's a fire, yeah. It's like a soup pot over it. And then directly behind him, like here, and then this other spot are just open spaces next to the tent.
Fine. And Payne, like, scoots around here and just, like, kicks the crap out of the campfire, just, like, throwing a temper tantrum. Like, just kind of kicking the ashes around and snuffing the flames and just mini temper tantrum right there.
Okay, go ahead and, just give me a dex check. Just a check. Just make sure you're not kicking hot cinders into tents and things like that, or into fur, or... Okay. Yeah, you've got enough control, to where you're kicking and stomping at the same time. Your boot does catch the soup pot at one point, and as it kind of like swings on the tripod it's on, you notice there's a massive hole already in the bottom of the thing, so you're not sure what the fuck they were doing with this. But yeah, you kick and kind of throw a fit. Alright, you were the one I was worried about, so, does anybody need to stay in initiative order? Is there any intent to take any other aggressive actions that would warrant that? If there is, let me know. I'm not gonna pull us out.
Are the eagles over in the corner they're still sleepy?
Oh yeah, yeah, how long does sleep last? I think it's a minute.
It is, yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, so yeah, they'll be out for a sec here, but Canis is watching them.
I got nothing violent.
Nothing here either.
Unfortunately, no.
I have not broken my oath yet. Not doing that now.
Alright, then we will go ahead and pull ourselves out of that. Give me 1 second here. So we'll pull ourselves out of the initiative order. I'm just moving the cart forward so I have access to them. They are not actually approaching. Okay, so as we come out of the initiative order, magics kind of begin to flare down a little bit. The bless kind of wanes, but sticks around. The sleep, the two remaining hawks are sleeping. Payne is kind of kicking out and stamping out this fire. The sword and shield are still on the ground, and this guy still, his hands are up, and he's not saying anything at this point. He's just kind of like waiting.
All right, Dench will haul him up to his feet and bring him out into the road over here.
Okay.
Then just lower him back down onto your knees.
Okay. Yeah, so he kind of follows, he kind of like looks down at Lyra and glances behind him, but he keeps his eyes kind of low, but they're darting all over like he's hyper aware. You can see his pupils are completely dilated, like he's got an adrenaline rush that's just fucking with him. It's pretty intense, but yeah, he follows, he listens.
When he looks at Lyra, she kind of has an adrenaline rush going too. She's got like a weird kind of trying to be scary scowl on her face, but she's not good at it, so she's just kind of like,
Oh, can we see what intimidation looks like on Lyra? Please roll for it. Please roll for it.
Are you trying to intimidate?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I don't know how much more scared you can make a dude who has just thrown down everything and submitted completely, but whatever that is, yeah, Lyra, it's like, damn, the fuck?
It was kind of like a...
I was just hoping for more adorable face rather than like
too.
angry face, like toddler angry.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was picturing it, even at her scariest.
Toddler angry is Payne right now, I think.
What is the family doing at the moment? Just kind of waiting?
The parents are standing by the cart like they were told to, and the kids are nowhere in sight.
Perfect. Okay.
Hopefully that's perfect. They have
That's why I'm staying a movement away from them.
Dench kind of looks around at the group, making sure everybody's okay. Kind of like glances back down at his shoulder. Oh shit, there's still an arrow in there. And he'll that's a little added intimidation. He'll break off the shaft and hold it to the hobgoblin's neck.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he kind of puts his head back and he looks at you and he goes, That wasn't me.
How many are there?
Well, now? Fuck. Me.
Just that's it? There's only what?
Wait! He throws his hands up as Amelia's approaching. Stop!
Oh,
She stops.
Lyra would yell out, "Trap!"
He kind of looks over Dench's shoulder and he says, he points and he goes, right here, and he goes, Don't step in front of him. There's another pit.
Is it safe to go around that? I'd like to see if they can be helped.
Yes, but he glances at the open pit down over here and he says, to your south, about 15 feet. Don't go there either.
She'll nod, then will very slowly move, well, not all that slowly, will carefully move up and around, kind of testing the ground ahead of her.
Okay. It feels solid.
Yep. And then I'm going to try and check
Make
these two.
Make a perception check real quick.
Okay. Nope.
You definitely see the bodies, that's for sure. Go ahead and yeah, you can I'll say while you're making medicine checks on you said it was on the goblins.
I'm going to do my best to check, well, all of them, but yeah, starting with the goblin first.
Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and give me, for this side of the field, you can give me 3 and I'll let these guys RP while you're checking them.
Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, he kind of puts his hand back down and kind of tugs at his leathers, but his still keeps his hands up. He goes, "Sorry, thank you for not stabbing me in the neck with that. She would have fallen through like a rock."
Yeah, I appreciate you being honest. Now, need you to continue to be honest with us, and you'll survive this. How long have you been here?
Here? One sunrise.
How many have you killed on the road?
But killed? No, nobody.
Does it seem like he's being truthful?
Make an insight check.
Can I also?
Sure. By the way, this is the guy you're dealing with.
You gotta warn us.
Ah! Okay. Yeah, Payne, it's tough for you to tell. You're still kind of hissy fitting. But yeah, he's just told, at least in this bit, he just told you the truth, or what he believes to be the truth.
How many have you robbed?
Well, we tried 1, 2, technically, you being the second one. The dwarf managed to put a crossbow through one of the hawks, and we decided that was enough for the day. So when we came back after the dwarf had left, we dug the pits and hoped to, get
Dwarf
some
going west?
He stops.
East.
He stops and looks up.
We're going west.
And he goes, He was coming from that way, going that way.
Oh yeah, he's a tough son of a bitch. You picked the wrong group to fuck with, buddy.
Yeah, we fucked up. I fucked up big time. About this time, you guys hear Canis go, Lyra, guess your magic doesn't work as well as you thought it did, because these birds are waking up.
I mean, it worked perfectly. They just it lasts for so long. What do we? Can you command them not to attack us?
He kind of like looks at you guys surprised and he goes, well, I'm no Kithar Hawkmaster, but, and there's like a couple of like actual normal like hawk screeches, and the hawks kind of like flap up and away and kind of like bat down at Canis, who is up on his hind legs fucking with the perches. And they kind of fly up respectively there and there onto the like crowns of the peaks of the tents.
Okay. So was anybody here before you? Or did you set up all these tents and everything?
Well, I mean, this is what we had left when we moved from the Barrens.
Okay.
Well, kind of. We had more than this, but there was a small situation, and then we had less, and that's kind of what we were doing here.
What was the situation?
You running from something?
You could kind of say that. Fuck.
Well, what can you say?
I don't know what even to say. It's gonna sound crazy. Crazier than me trying to convince you that we weren't even gonna try to kill anybody. You know, we only had 4 arrows. So that was a really lucky shot. Sorry about that.
Try us.
Seen some craziest shit, I guarantee it.
Well, normally, my band, which was, at one point, I guess, 7 goblins, me, 4 hawks, blood hawks, and Kithar Hawkmaster, who was my second in command. But we come from the Barrens, so we're used to only dealing with other goblins, orcs, sometimes beasts within the Barrens, but we come down to the water to restock for drinking, turn the salt water into fresh water, and that way we don't die in the Barrens. But about 5 sunrises ago, we made camp like we had done before, and I don't know what the hell happened, but in the middle of the night, these crazed fucking fishmen came up out of the shallows and started gutting everybody they could get their hands on. I mean, we tried to carve a few of them, but when Kithar went down, a bunch of the goblins got snatched up, and they just dragged them into the water like it was nothing. So I grabbed up who I could, what supplies we could, and we got the fuck out of there. Unfortunately, that left us with shit. We got 4 arrows and 3 short bows. Not even everybody got a shot. Had a couple of tents. They're all fucked up. We had a stack of bird cages. Some armor. A shield. And pretty much no fucking food. So I decided instead of going up into the Barrens where I know the other bands are well armed, we'd try for a soft target or 2 on the road and just try to get some supplies so we could get ourselves back up there without any issue. And obviously, I fucked up twice. I thought the dwarf would have been a fluke, but Maglubiet sent you, apparently, as some sort of weird fucking joke.
You know, hard targets on the road, usually.
Lyra's face changes from the weird attempt at being scary to clearly looking like she feels sorry for this guy. So now it's just you.
Well, me and the two hawks, it looks like. They don't listen very well, though, and if they get too hungry, they're liable to just take off. Unless Kithar was here. He was really good with the hawks.
Hearing the a little bit of sympathy in Lyra and Dench, Payne huffs and goes to inspect that tent.
Okay. Amelia, as you're making your rounds, we'll say at this point you've gotten to all three on this side of the field. They're all dead. Dead. Payne, you can go ahead and just give me an investigation check if you're going to just kind of look around. Okay, 18 is great. Yeah, so you like glance, you kind of look around that area, and so there is a stack of 3 bird cages. There is there's 2 sets of what appear to be leather armor that are pretty beat to shit. Definitely made for a small creature. There are 2 short swords laying there. There's a longbow laying there. No arrows in sight, and literally just the bedding is vegetation from the ground. You do notice back here there is a wooden chest.
Oh, definitely check out the wooden chest then.
Okay. So you walk around back to where the chest is. There's a lock on it, but the lock is busted. You flip it open, and there are 2 completely empty sacks of grain. And that's it. Okay, so while that's happening, yeah, so he's kind of still just, like, looking around and kind of watching everybody work around the field, the cleanup portions.
Once Amelia's checked the ones that were to the north, she is going to, again, going around back kind of where she knew the ground was safe. She says, stopping just a few feet back, there's no aid I can offer your friends here. Is it safe to go and look at the one, kind of gestures towards what little she can see of that body?
Oh, Peepog, yeah, there's nothing down that way, except for the hole that's already open right there.
Are there others who might need healing? And as she does that, she's going to reach out and she's going to cure light wounds on Dench. Or cure wounds, not cure light.
No, it's okay. We all love 3rd edition, so it's alright.
Take your 7, dang it.
Hell yeah. She looks he looks kind of confused by is there anyone else who needs healing? And he leans in a little bit, Dench, and he goes, Is she making a joke? Does she mean, like, my people, or is she talking about you people?
She's talking about you people. We may not be soft targets, but we're also not dicks.
Well, she kind of looks over her shoulder at Canis.
Well, some little more than others, I suppose.
I mean, unless you can bring the dead back, I don't think there's much help for them. And the others were stolen by the fish people, so good luck.
Now, when you say stolen by the fish people, you mean they were just drowned?
We didn't really stick around to watch all of it go down, to be honest with you. I took the fuck off. But they came in the night.
A piece of shit, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I've kind of come to believe. I figured if I could at least get some of us out, it was better than none. What was the point of fighting some crazy fucking fish people coming out of the water with glowing red eyes and tearing and gnawing and stabbing and ripping things in half and dragging them into the... I just never seen anything like that. And I'm not a good swimmer. And he kind of
Wait.
nudges towards his chainmail.
Glowing red eyes, you say?
Huh? Oh,
You said they're glowing red eyes?
yeah, that's the only way we knew they were coming. We heard something in the water, but it was real quiet. And when we looked down towards the shore, we saw a bunch of sets of little red pinpricks, and they were fucking on us.
And where was this, by the way?
He kind of points down the road towards the west. That way, about a sunrise and some change.
Oh, good. Okay.
Listen,
Fantastic. Fish people.
Hobgoblin, do you have a name?
Nondrog the Mighty. Though, that's kind of ironic now, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, a
So
little bit.
I need you to.
Payne, do you have something?
Yeah, but when he hears that, he's like, "Great, now they have names too." And what I would like Payne to do while they're talking is like grab this cooking pot and throw it to the where the hobgoblin had talked about the other traps being, and maybe this clay pot I think is there, and throw that around. Last resort, he's going to start throwing goblin bodies around at places.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna put you over here. There's a big clay pot, and then there is the cooking pot, so just give me 1 second, I'm gonna...
When he says the name comment and then starts throwing stuff, Amelia, fully like a chiding tone, just, Pain!
Yeah, you hear Nondrog, he kind of like whispers to Dench, "Wow, I might be a piece of shit, at least I'm not racist. Of course I have a name."
I don't think you're a piece of shit. I think that
No. I'm kind of a piece of shit.
you got locked into a chain, and chains feel inevitable when you're standing inside of them.
He looks down at his armor. I can take this chain off whenever I want. I chose to keep it on.
Oh, sorry, I was talking too fast. The chain is a metaphor. That means not real. Basically, there is an expectation that was set for you that some lives matter less than other lives. And that the first death, whether it was by your hand or by the fish people, that locked the rest of it in place. Rather than breaking the chain, you continued and got to this point. So now you have a choice. Now you can decide to break the chain and go back to being mighty, or you can continue down this path of a, well, frankly, coward. You are responsible for what you did, but that responsibility doesn't mean that your story has to end there. It didn't end today.
Okay. I'm really confused by a lot of what you just said. But like, I don't know all about chaining, but I didn't kill anybody. I did bully a bunch of goblins into doing what I say, but that's kind of just what we do.
And where are those goblins now?
Oh, they're all dead, thanks
Not
to
by
you
your
and fish
hand.
people.
Yeah, not by your hand, but by your actions. So that part does make you a piece of shit.
No, they're dead by your actions.
Did we tell them to bombard us on the road?
You were all shooting them in the neck. That's an action if I've ever heard of one.
After they shot me
Yeah.
in the shoulder, aiming for my neck.
He pointed down and goes, actually, he was probably aiming for the pony. We wanted to meet. It was a bad shot and a lucky
Terrible
one.
shot. Wow.
The point here, though, is that, and I'm sure you can tell now, had you approached with a little more humility and willingness to ask instead of take, you probably could have gotten food and maybe even some of our extra supplies.
Well, I'm sorry, lady, but there's a lot of words that are flying right over my head. I
Stop
appreciate it.
being a dick.
So I am a dick. Dick and an asshole are kind of the same things, right? Because you told me I wasn't before.
I'm not getting into that.
Dick and assholes are completely different things.
They are. But the point
Totally different
is,
parts of your body.
True. But they both produce terrible results when used properly.
so the point is, you could still be a dick the whole time, right? But what happened could have been avoided. And it doesn't matter if you're being better, you could have just stopped it sooner. Next time, try asking people instead of stealing shit.
He blinks heavy a couple of times and then looks at Dench and goes,
What she's trying to say is, yeah, you fucked up. You're not dying today. You're getting a second chance. You're fucking lucky you're getting a second chance. And you goddamn better well make this worth it. Or I will find you. And I will tear out your goddamn spine.
I understood every bit of that, and honestly, my next move was gonna beg you to stab me in the throat with the shaft of that arrow if she continued to lecture me, because that's just torture.
Listen, Lyra is a very smart person.
I know, and I can't handle it!
Ah, well, you should listen to her. She has a lot of good advice. But the only thing is now I don't know what to do with you because I can't trust you as far as I can throw you to do the right thing right now, do I?
Well, what's the right thing? What do you want me to do? I'll kill the fucking hawks if you want me to.
What
You
good
should
would
do.
more death?
What you should do is maybe take the hawks that are dead, gather them up, and fucking run. Because now you have a dinner. You can eat your hawks. But you better get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Understood.
Well, wait a moment.
Uh-oh. There's dissent in the group, oh fuck.
You
You're
understand dissent, but you couldn't understand anything I said.
Not really. You got a weird accent. It's like you're from the mountains and the woods at the same time.
Thank you.
And I'm simple barren folk.
well, two things. First, did he get hurt at all? The hobgoblin?
Not a fucking scratch, but he also didn't swing anything at anybody, so.
Okay, perfect. Second, Amelia's going to she will resheath her sword. Because I don't think I specified doing that before. Resheath her sword, sling her shield back on her back. And then looking at Dench, and Lyra there.
Pain begins to kind of push past you, Amelia, kind of walking around you. The hobgoblin kind of flinches away from him as he walks up, and he looks at Dench and goes, "Oh fuck, here comes the racist."
And Payne's gonna lean in real close to the hobgoblin and go, "Can I kill him now?" And then step behind him.
The fuck is wrong with this guy?
He's getting a lecture.
Absolutely
too,
not.
Don't worry. He's getting a lecture too.
I was going to say that chances are where we're going is going to be where any remaining members of his group might be.
Banned. Sorry, not to question
Nope,
your...
banned.
He points at your holy
Thank you.
symbol. Legal authority.
No, I didn't know, so thank you. And again, she seems completely genuine when she just casually says thank you to this hobgoblin prisoner. If we're going to go where, God's willing, any remaining members of his band might be willing to help save any of them.
You can't trust this guy any more than you can a beardless dwarf.
I do admit you that is a little bit concerning. This guy is a desperate soul. He will likely rob us the second we turn our backs on him.
Oh.
Or we could show a little bit of kindness instead of assuming that one who's already shown, well, regret is going to continue to do as he has.
If I may,
cut in. No offense, ma'am. But if you all just are okay with letting me go, I'd really rather not be around the racist dwarf any longer than I have to, because the unease is mutual here, and I'd rather just run away now. If that's okay. If you want to go back to the place with the fish people, fuck everybody who's there, as far as I'm concerned. There are more goblins in the world.
If you want to go, I don't think there's any reason that we would make you stay. I'll give you some of my rations, my water skin, so that you've got some supplies to go.
Oh,
He's got a hawk.
2 hogs. Well, no,
Yes.
just 1. I thought we should kill 2.
Which could help him continue to get food. What,
Or
are we
eat
going
it.
to rob him for trying to survive?
No, we're letting him have his hawks.
I'd be very grateful if you allowed me to take my sword with me, too.
Nope, sword staying. Sorry, buddy.
Okay.
Why?
How about my shield, so I can at least defend myself from the dire fucking scorpions in the barrens?
Yeah, you can take a shield. I don't like I said. I mean, it is a noble idea to send him off on his way, but I am concerned that he will use his sword for bad.
Did he use his sword on any of us?
No, because he didn't have a chance. The sword
He
has
did
to
not
stay,
have a
Amelia.
chance. Yeah, he did not have a chance. If we were surrounded and there were 3 goblins still alive, and I had my back turned to him, he would have put that blade right in my back.
Just if I could interject one more time. We weren't here to kill anybody. We were here to take supplies. Nobody would have died as far as we could have helped it.
Our... Okay, we're not going to spend 40 minutes on this, Amelia. Think about others that could be harmed if we let him go with the weapon. Do we let him take the weapon and potentially harm other people, or let him take the shield to protect himself, which is the right thing to do? Leave the weapon here, and he can craft another one if he wants, but that's not on your conscience.
Amelia's going to look at non-drug and just kind of clearly questioningly see what he's going to say.
Yeah, he kind of like gives you this kind of to the like maybe it was more like a snarl. He's kind of like, but you could tell maybe he's trying to smile, and he just goes,
Okay, fine. Can I at least take one of the bedrolls so I can pull the sinew out of it and make a spear when I get into the barrens? I'll be dead in 20 fucking minutes if I don't have something to defend myself with.
That's fine.
Okay.
If we give you supplies to make it back towards town where you would be safe, you'd have no need to rob or hurt anyone?
Town?
They're not gonna let him back into town, Amelia.
Which
Well,
town? Torinmore?
Where would you go?
Back into the barrens. I'm not going to civilization. Fuck that. They kill people like me on the spot. Guards won't even let me get close to the walls. They know what we're about, and I know what they're about, and I respect that.
He is right, Amelia. That is something that I, in the past, would have done.
Well, I don't see why we can't at least give him what he needs to be able to survive.
Are you
If he
okay with him
says he's-
potentially finding our friends back there somewhere down the road, having a weapon that we allowed him to walk away with? If you're okay with that, then let him take it. We got to apply logic. We have to.
Well, and she's gonna look down at him again. If we give you some supplies, your sword, your shield, would you give your word in turn that you wouldn't hurt anyone else?
Yeah, if it's worth anything to you, sure. I don't want nothing to do with this road. Never did. This was a desperate move. I fucked up. I own that.
Well,
Everybody's dead.
To be fair,
Jesus.
he was alone, and he decided not to attack us. This man is a coward. He would not attack somebody alone or by himself. I'm not apologizing for that either. You're a fucking coward and a piece of shit.
I admitted that. I'm an asshole too, but that guy's a fucking racist.
And he nods back to Payne.
Fine. Let's stop wasting time on this. Take your shield, take your weapon, go.
And your hawk in a bedroll. Fuck off.
Okay.
And he kind of
Well, I mean the dead hawk, so you can eat it.
Oh,
And if the other hawks decide to follow you, I don't give a fuck.
okay. I'll try to call him, because I don't want him following you. They get real aggressive when they get hungry.
So do we.
Yeah. You can kill him if you want. Fuck if I care now. I'm a coward, right? Non-drug the coward.
He kind of looks down at your hand, waiting for the shaft of the arrow to be released from his throat.
Yeah, all right. And he'll toss it into the bushes.
Okay. At that point, he, because he's still pretty fucking surrounded, but he very slow. Every move he takes is very deliberate. It's like watching a kid tiptoe up to a fucking Christmas tree in the middle of Christmas Eve. Like, they know they're not supposed to be down there. He's very animated about kind of like, whoops, hang on, not that one. He does not go around Payne. He goes in between Dench and Lyra, comes over and picks his shield up, comes
Payne
over.
is going to be right on his heels, like following him around, like creepily close.
Okay. He comes over and he takes the sword by the blade, which is not common to see someone do, but he picks it up by the blade and he holds it, pommel and crossguard up, and goes, "Just so you don't think anything stupid's gonna happen, okay?" And he holds it. And he's got like a gauntleted, like a leather gauntleted hand, so it doesn't look like it's cutting him, but he does strap the shield on. He kind of crouches down over here, reaches inside and pulls a bedroll out and just tucks it up under his shield arm. He walks back down over here and he grabs the dead hawk and he also puts that up under his arm and kind of wedges it in between the bedroll. He's just trying to get the fuck out of here as fast as he can. And then he, as he's kind of going up in between the tents, he kind of lets out another like to the hawks, who kind of flutter for a moment and then they take off, but you see him go in the completely opposite direction of him. And he kind of backs away slowly, going north towards the Barrens.
And non-dog.
Yeah!
Non-dog. Remember, if I see you fucking around, I will tear out your spine.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you for my life.
Fuck off now. Okay, fuck off now.
And then, for those of you who've got like a really decent dark vision, you just see this fucking figure in the shadows.
As soon as he's gone.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as soon as he's gone, Lyra turns to Payne. So you might want to go first, Dench.
Okay, yeah, Dench like flops down onto his ass and. Can somebody help me get this out? Oh fuck, that really hurt to break the shaft off. Sorry, all in southern accent. I dropped the accent by accident. Oh fuck, this really fucking hurt. Oh shit. That looked really cool though, right? Breaking it off in front of him.
It
Looked
was
really intimidating.
cool. I don't know how to fix it. Amelia. All
Amelia
the wind
had-
it was like out of her sails.
I
and
know.
she
Amelia
turned.
Amelia healed him, so I mean, like technically it would have like fallen out then, but
It's way funnier this way.
just for
Yeah,
RP.
there's still you could tell the head's still in it, like the shaft kind of closed around it, but it's just got this little teeny tiny like it just wants to come out.
Lyra had turned to Payne and was like getting ready to lecture, and then Dench is like, ah, and she goes instead of pointing the finger, she does like this to Payne, like 1 second, looks over at Dench, and then we'll turn back to Payne.
And Payne, like while Dench was complaining, just starts like belly laughing for you're not quite sure what reason. And he is just like ecstatic at the moment.
Once he quits laughing, Lyra will say, Pain, I think we need to have a conversation.
And during this lecture, I will be helping him with the arrow wound, etc.
Okay, yeah, we'll say for the sake of brevity, you're tending to the wound, making sure that the healing magic, which was hanging on for dear life, gets its final stitches in. As you kind of have to reach in with a small tool and pry the last chunk of the head out of it, and it was gnarly too. It was a crude fucking stone, probably, mud and grass caked arrowhead. That was a lucky shot.
Just
Swear
because
to
it's
God,
super.
those little bastards must have sharpened this with their fucking teeth.
Yep. And she is going to, Amelia, to her credit, like, she's as hesitant and overthinky as she is about most things, she would have gone zero hesitation to try and help there. And then hands probably covered in blood now, just would drop the arrowhead into your hand. They needed to survive. Unfortunately, we made sure that wasn't a possibility for three of them.
Well, it's either that or Dench becomes a pincushion. Pain, I stopped you because what you were doing was
Lyra,
wrong.
your right hand begins to burn like it is on fire.
Oh. She'll stop mid-sentence and look down at her hand. She'll kind of...
Yeah, as that happens, you guys kind of hear from the west of you. You hear Canis go, "Uh-oh."
What's happening? She's still looking down at her.
As you look over, you see Canis's body is breaking down into some sort of strange ethereal or arcane form, and he's just going, "Lyra, what the hell is this?"
She'll start running to him immediately. Canis, what are you doing?
"I'm not doing this." Amelia. Lyra, your hand feels all but literally engulfed in flame. By the time you get to Canis, his entire form has shifted into this weird astral arcane something. And as you go to grab onto him, his body vanishes. His essence trails off into the night air like a thin river before completely dissipating. Lyra, you look down at your hand, and on the top of your right hand, you see a glowing sigil.
So, I don't want to blow out anybody's eardrums or wake up our youngest, but Lyra would definitely scream when it was burning. Like, she'd be grabbing her right wrist with her left hand as she's running over. And then as he disappears, she'll look down at her hand and look back at where he was, and then just fall to her knees.
And you guys would see, like, this, there is something glowing on her hand. You probably can't see great detail what it is from there. But Lyra, as you crumple to your knees, as the last traces of this small, like, essence river vanish into the sky, the sigil flickers for a few moments, the pain dies down, and it becomes this.
What the?
What was that?
I don't know. And she'll still like reach, she'll like touch the ground where Canis was standing, kind of touch the air, notice there's nothing there. I don't understand. This has never happened before. She'll just kind of look up and around at the party. And she'll show her hand.
Yeah, so
I'd
anybody
like
that she
to-
shows it to, you could see.
I'd like to do a medicine check to make sure she is okay, I guess.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check. So,
'Cause
Payne
she was
approaches
screaming.
you and sits down and begins to doctor you. Lyra kind of reaches over, touches your neck to check for pulse, kind of puts his hand on your head, looking to see if you're okay. She seems fine. She seems perfect. There is nothing outside of
Distress.
what looks like distress, emotional distress. Everything, medically speaking, is okay.
Well, you seem fine. Not so much Canis.
Can I don't know. She just trails off.
I mean, he's a magical animal, creature, being, right? I mean, like, this has to be kind of a normal thing, doesn't it? I don't. Maybe he's powering up somewhere else. I don't know how this shit works.
He's never done this in my whole life.
Has your grandfather ever experienced? He belonged to your grandfather before, right?
He did. I'd never heard of anything like this. And this is brand new, and she'll point to the sigil on her hand. I never saw this on my grandfather. I've never had this on me before. That doesn't look familiar, that symbol, does it?
What recess of your brain are you trying to determine that from?
Probably
Historical knowledge or arcane knowledge?
Arcane was more what I was thinking.
Okay, make an Arcana check. Okay, so historically, obviously this is brand new to you. You've never seen anything like this before in practice. However, in theory, which is something that wizards are very good at, the old theory crafters, you recognize from the way the sigils are drawn, and especially the way it manifested, which was horrific, burning pain, followed by complete ease with no wound or after effect. And obviously there are arcanes. I mean, I don't know if you've blown it up yet, but if you blow it up, you can see there are small like sigils within the sigil itself, especially when it's active. You recognize that this is an arcane sigil. When it was glowing, your knowledge of this is that when it glows, it is in a state called astral bloom, and when it is not, it is in a dormant state. So it has two states, active and non-active, either dormant or astral bloom. You're not entirely sure what the hell it does. Period. End of story. But it is magical in nature 100%. But you don't know specifically what this sigil does because you've never seen it before. And you haven't done the research on it.
Okay.
Or used magic to figure it out or whatever.
Have you always had that tattoo on your hand, by the way?
No, it just appeared. So the best that I can figure, this would be, it's an arcane sigil, and right now it's in the dormant state, but I don't know why it's here, why it suddenly happened, why it's never happened before, what it means, how to use it. Pretty much as usual. I have no idea.
The other bit of information I'll give you about arcane sigils just in general, excuse me, is they can either be scribed on people through magical means, or sometimes exposure to magical or weave or astral essence will imprint them upon people. And a lot of sorcerers will have some form of arcane sigil somewhere on their body. Sometimes they're not even aware that it's there because of the way that their powers manifest. It's exposure to some sort of arcane source.
The only thing I could think would be, I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel a pulse of energy or anything, but sometimes like big magical exposure can create something like this. It's usually sorcerers, though. I'm not a sorcerer.
Has Payne read or heard any stories of something similar?
Make a history check. You, so from your experience, yeah, like you've heard of like arcane sigils, but for your society, they would typically be inscribed upon arms or armor in the form of runes to provide some sort of magical effect. So what you know of arcane sigils, because dwarves will still use arcane sigils, but they'll just do them as runes. But you know for a fact that like an arcane sigil typically comes with some sort of magical effect of some sort.
So Payne just kind of lets out a very dwarven, huh. Mm.
Right. Okay. She'll kind of. It seems like she's shaking out of it a little bit. I'm. We'll figure that part out. He didn't seem like he was in pain, so
It wouldn't surprise me terribly if he found some new magic just to get out of having to walk.
it wouldn't surprise me either. But I feel like he would have done that a long time ago.
Well, he's been taking a lot of time resting on the cart. Could be like when you were scribing your spells. Maybe he was spending that time learning.
I will say, if this was willing and he tried to pin it on me. All right. She's still like looking at the mark on her hand as she stands up and brushes herself off. Okay, well, um, I'm sure that
Well,
will work itself out.
yeah, and it's getting late. We should make camp.
Oh, no, no, no. I still have something to say to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wasn't that a great game of good dwarf, bad dwarf? Didn't I do a great job on that? I mean, I was the bad guy and Dench was the good guy?
Yeah, that just in case that's not what was happening. I had to stop you because that was no longer justice, what you were doing. And I don't know your history and I don't know why you're so racist against hobgoblins, but that was not about that hobgoblin. And I'm concerned that if this conversation doesn't happen, you're going to end up surrendering into a process, creating a process. The first time you do something, it's usually out of anger, something like that. The second time, it's usually because of fear. The third time, it's a process or a habit.
Bah, I was just playing. If he didn't think I was gonna kill him, then he wouldn't have stayed chilled like he was. But he was scared, and I scared him, and Dench scared him. But the good, good dwarf Dench had him under control. I was just backup. I
Why did
wasn't gonna.
why
Okay,
did we
well
need
maybe I will.
fear and cruelty?
Well, that's how you play good dwarf, bad dwarf.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said about scaring the bejesus out of these characters. They tend to only respond to rage and fear. So
Yeah, and
And
he ain't
then
I
coming
mean,
back, is he, Dench? We got him.
I certainly hope he does not. But if I mean if he does and he shows any hostility, then we will have to do what needs to be done. But and all that being said, Lyra is also right. Once the arm goes up, once the weapons go down, you know,
And they're no longer a threat.
you do not hurt an unarmed
Because killing them at that
individual.
point, it doesn't protect anybody. It's just satisfying the conclusion you came to before things
That is just
changed.
that is just murder at that point. But
You're
and
speaking to the choir. Come on. I
you know
wasn't
what
gonna
he's
kill
going
him.
to think the next time he runs into non-goblins, non-hobgoblins? He's going to think that
hopefully
if
not
he
to fuck with
doesn't,
him.
or he'll think that if he doesn't kill them first, they're going to, well, he's going to think exactly the same thing that you just did, which is violence is going to be the only way to resolve the situation instead of asking or talking.
And one other thing, because I know it seems like we're attacking you, but this is a new party and we have to make sure we can trust each other. If you can't use logic, then use faith. If your faith tells you that surrender doesn't matter, then your faith has become a weapon, and weapons don't get to decide morality. And I just have a feeling that Moradine wouldn't really appreciate you murdering somebody in cold blood.
Bah. Wisdom is derived from living and tempered by experience. And he stomps off up to the campfire and flops down in his seat at the
What?
campfire that he kicked out and is just like,
And what temperance did you just show?
I think it was a
Well,
temper
to be
tantrum,
Ah.
Amelia.
to be fair, he did not. He did not, in fact, carry through with what he was originally intended to do. He did stop. So,
It's
Payne,
true.
I do appreciate you, you know, listening to us, and I do appreciate the good cop bad cop scenario, because that is a valid method of, you know, dealing with prisoners. I don't think he's going to want to come back because of me. He's probably not going to want to come back because of you. And that's a good thing, to be honest. So
And-
thank you for that.
And I agree with that. And I agree that the element of surprise was pretty powerful in that situation. But we shouldn't also be surprised. Like, I feel like if we're going to do the good dwarf, bad dwarf thing, uh, everyone should be in on it ahead of time. So that way I don't think you're going to murder somebody in cold blood and throw myself in between the two of you and consider firebolting you again.
Well, just like Payne said as well, we're experiencing each other, and now we know how we all operate. It's all out in the open. I think we're good now. I think we all understand each other.
fine. Next time Lyra can be the bad dwarf. I'll be the good dwarf.
I don't think
And
I
he
want to do that
crosses his
either.
arms.
You can
I
be the
think
bad
that-
dwarf. You're good at being the bad dwarf.
I think that'd be kind of fun to see Lyra be the bad dwarf, to be honest.
I mean, to be fair, he was pretty done with me pretty quickly.
Well, that's true. Either he didn't want to deal with the racist, or he didn't want to deal with somebody using big words around him. So I think
slowed
he probably,
down.
yeah. Well, I think he was more. He just wanted to run away from this whole situation from all the different angles. So good job, team. I think this is a really good job. I mean, we only took one arrow, and that wasn't so terrible, I suppose.
If by we you mean you, then yes, we did.
Yeah. I just hope they didn't dip that arrow in shit.
Hope not too. That's real gross. Did people do that?
I don't know. Sometimes, I suppose. I don't know what they do out in the barrens out there. Seems like something that somebody really real piece of shit would do. Infect somebody with their own doo doo, right into the wound. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna change the subject. We've got crazed fishmen to deal with, and I think we should maybe discuss our approach to that. I know we need to keep moving.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, did it sound a lot like they may have been,
I think they're crazy
greenstone
stone.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really see much hope of those goblins that they carted off being alive. I mean, if somehow they survived being in the water for any amount of time, if they didn't drown, I don't think they're in one piece. They may have been, ephegized, maybe, if they are the crazy stone people.
Yeah. I'll be right back. She's gonna walk over to where the bodies of the goblins are.
Okay, they are currently being buried by the two elves.
Which I didn't
shit.
want to interrupt, but I moved over with Amelia a while ago. She'd be helping.
Yeah, they've both got a spade, and they were digging and pulling corpses while you guys were arguing and talking about good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, Dench had noticed that, so yeah, once Lyra goes over, then he'll follow to help.
Yeah, and she'll help, but she's also as she's helping, she's whispering things like I'm really sorry. We had to do what we had to do. It's kill or be killed. Like, she's kind of apologizing to them as she's trying to help.
Okay. Well, for better or worse, they don't react. But yeah, we'll say, again, for the sake of brevity, you guys go through the motions, and you guys you bury him. The dead hawk was taken, and the other two took off. So you bury the three goblins in shallow graves next to these pits that they had dug, ironically. And that's that. The two kids kind of sit in the back of the wagon and kind of just like watch over the edge of the wagon as you guys do it. Kind of somber, like, damn, that, wow, this may have been their first exposure to like real death.
Glad to be a part of that. Yeah, once they're done. Oh, go ahead. That pain.
Oh,
I guess I was gonna say something. I was surprised you caught me.
Payne's like, time to go bad cop on these fucking kids for peeking.
So as soon as Payne like notices the kids, he'd call them over and like start building the campfire back up again. Get some good wood and whatever else he can find. Looks like there might be a tree, so dead branches, whatever, bushes.
Okay, yeah, like when you call him over, Tumnus kind of gathers some courage, and he calls over in Elven. For the few of you who can speak it, you hear him go, "Mama, is it okay if we go with the racist dwarf?" And she looks over and she starts giggling, and you see Alamir put his hands over his eyes and kind of shake his head mid dig, and he looks up and and Sylphina looks at him and she says, "He's your child." And he looks over at him and he says, "Tumnus, it's okay. He's just fine. He doesn't mind our kind, I hope." And then, Tumnus and Nikki hop off the back, and yeah, they'll come over and kind of help you with the putting of things together. And why don't you go ahead and... you don't need to make a survival check. There's plenty of shit around for you to easily make build the fire back up. The soup pot was broken before you kicked it, so that's just a done deal, but...
just got so excited about that.
Yeah, no, there was a big hole in the bottom. They weren't doing much with it anyways. Okay, so you guys bury the bodies, build the fire back up. What is it that you guys intend on doing? What would you like to do?
Eating and going to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, before Dench does that, he's going to like give like the camp like a nice like wide perimeter just to make sure like nobody else is like hiding in like the bushes anywhere nearby.
Excellent. God, you know me too well. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you're doing that.
Fucker.
Okay. I mean, you give it a wide range. A lot has transpired in like 60 minutes. But you're pretty confident that you don't notice anything, and even I don't know, your passive perception's not all that great either. But either way, you're alert enough through your passive senses to note that you guys look like you're all right. At least within the vicinity. We'll even say like 200-300 yards out. And for sure, Nondrog is nowhere to fucking be seen.
Before Payne goes to sleep, Lyra would approach him and say, Payne, I have a question.
Yeah.
What makes a baby-faced dwarf so untrustworthy?
Have you ever seen a dwarf without a beard?
I don't know.
Lyra, why don't you roll a history check? This will just be to jump through the recesses of your mind really quick over the last, whatever, I don't know, you're like 26 or something like that, you fucking child.
I'm 50.
Oh, okay, grandma, settle down.
One or the other.
16, you're pretty confident you've never seen a beardless dwarf.
I don't think I have. If I have, then I probably mistook them for not being a dwarf because you guys usually have beards. As racist as that sounds.
Exactly.
Nope, that didn't answer it.
No?
No.
Maybe I didn't understand the question.
Why don't you trust a dwarf without a beard? This is not a joke. I'm actually
Because
asking.
I never met one.
I see. So, had you ever met a hobgoblin before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and Payne, you would know, I mean, as far as hobgoblins, especially out in the Barrens, they are cunning. They're smarter than most other goblinoids, including orcs. They are strong, and they tend to be very fucking disciplined. Which, honestly, finding one that was a total piece of shit coward that admitted to being cowardly was like probably at the bottom of the rung of the ladder as far as hobgoblin hierarchy is concerned. Like, if that gets back to his superiors, he's gonna be fucking executed immediately, so his genes never touch the gene pool.
So from what I know of hobgoblins, he's not gonna show his face around the hobgoblin circles anymore. He shamed himself
He shamed himself because he got caught.
because
shamed
he
himself.
didn't fight to the death, because he's a coward, because he led his troop to their death. So he'll be shunned by the goblins and the hobgoblins and yeah, and along with the beardless dwarves. I mean, unless they're kids, you know. I mean, you can't blame a kid for not having a beard, but you know, they do their best to get a beard as soon as they can.
Little mustache. That actually helps and makes me feel a lot better. And she'll pat you on the shoulder and just walk away unless you start talking
Yeah,
to her again.
anytime.
Okay.
What time is
go
it
ahead.
at this point?
I mean, God, we've kind of done some push and pull, so we'll say probably, let's see, it was 9 when we started, so we'll say like 10:15, 10:30 as everyone's getting ready to kind of settle in. Also, since there's not going to be any hunting, make sure you guys remove a day's worth of rations for 4, not for 5.
Do we still have snake meat, or is that?
Well, actually, you would have had snake meat. How many pounds did I say you guys had left over?
I have 32 in my inventory.
32, so it'll
I
take...
think we broke. I think we actually broke that up with Bergdraw, didn't we? Didn't we give him some?
Do you guys remember how much you gave him? Because I honestly, I did not write the exact amount.
I didn't write that down either. Or I think maybe, well, we did split it with the family, I think, too. I think like it was between.
That's
well,
all right. Well, what do you have listed? Yeah, what do you have
32
listed? 32, because the snake weighed like 100 and something pounds, so it would make sense if you gave him half of even like 60 pounds that you guys found, then you guys have 32. So we'll say we'll just for the day remove 2 pounds of meat per person traveling with you, which would be the 5 of you, because Canis did need to eat during the day. This is a temporary thing that he vanished, so that's 5 of you plus 4 of them, so 9 times 2, so remove 18 pounds. And then remove 1 thing of feed for Pearl. And you would guess by the way the snake meat's being kept, not completely salted, you've got maybe a half a day before it gets sketchy, and you should probably heat it up again before you eat it. Go ahead, Amelia.
Amelia is, while they're setting up camp, I think she was probably fairly quiet during the burying of the bodies. Probably a couple of quiet prayers, but she's going to take her time throughout the evening while they're setting up camp. She's going to go through the tents, gather anything salvageable from it.
Okay.
And she will make sure that one of these tents is at least is a space the children, the elven family can rest in.
Sure. Okay, so here's what you find total. You find 2 hide tents. Looks like probably deer hide with maybe a mixture of like hyena hides sewn together. And they're large enough to sleep 4 medium-sized creatures. You find 3 bird cages. large enough. Each one's large enough for a hawk. You find a wooden chest with a broken lock and 2 empty sacks inside. You find 3 short bows. You find 3. This is including what was on the goblins, by the way, just on the off chance you wanted to strip them. You find 3 suits of leather armor that are crafted for small-sized creatures. You find 3 short swords that are very beat to shit. And you find 1 longbow, which is in pretty good shape, that you guys did not allow the hobgoblin to take. And that's it. There is nothing else in this camp. No food, no fucking nothing.
Couple of questions. How big is that wooden chest? And how heavy would it be?
Sure, give me 1 sec.
And I'll add the stuff into the party inventory, so
I
no
Yeah.
was
worry about it.
literally about to ask that. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yep, I've got a list started.
So it's just a standard chest. So it's the one that weighs 25 pounds and holds 12 cubic feet / 300 pounds of gear. It's just called chest.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what was the second question?
Second question I hadn't gotten to yet.
Oh, okay.
The leather armor, what's the
Yes.
condition of it?
It's beat to shit. All the goblins were wearing the suits. And they were, I mean, sweat, blood, dings, dents, threads missing, and just stinks to high heaven. But usable
Okay.
if, cleaned up and
Okay.
worn.
But they are usable.
But they are usable.
For the obvious question that shows exactly where my brain's eventually going, are children small-sized?
They are small sized, yes. Yes, they
Okay.
are.
Okay. Then, yeah, once it's gathered, she's going to try and start spending some time seeing what she can do to clean them up. It's going to be an ongoing thing. She doesn't want to waste like a ton of clean water or anything.
Sure,
But-
sure.
Seeing what she can do over the next few nights.
Okay. So you're going to take all 3 sets, or are you going to take 2?
I'm going to take the 3 for now, knowing that we might need parts from might need to strip down 1 to make the other 2 usable.
Got it. Okay, so you can add 3 suits of small leather armor, a wooden chest, or just a chest. Anything else anybody's taken from this lot you found? Okay. Go ahead.
Were the tents serviceable? Did we decide, or were they?
Yeah. I mean, they're makeshift, haphazard hyena and deer hide tents, but you can sleep in them for sure. And they've got the spikes, the tent stakes, the ropes are all in decent condition. A little worse for wear, but they're usable.
What are y'all thoughts about camping here or moving down the road a little ways with what we have?
He's like, what? I just built a fire.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I have no qualms about camping here. I mean, like, anybody. I did a quick, circle around the area. It seems like anybody who, would be a danger are far off at least. So
It smells bad enough like goblins around here that I don't think anything will come in.
all right, keep a sharp eye nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Oh, about that cook pot. Actually, what does the cook pot is like rusted out on the bottom or like?
Yeah, there's a big ass hole in the bottom on one side where if you were to pour liquid into it, it would just fucking spill right out. It looks like maybe a mixture of rust and or a dent on the outside facing in, like maybe it was used as a weapon.
Maybe a dwarf kicked it.
Or maybe a dwarf kicked it, it's possible, yeah.
All right, well, suppose we should probably bed down for the evening then.
All right.
Do you mind, Dench, if we do a watch?
No, not at all.
Okay. So first watch, second watch, we've got Dench and Lyra doing a watch. And then how is second watch looking? Amelia and Payne, or are you guys gonna have the elves stay up? They seem
I'm
eager
fine.
too.
Payne would be fine doing a second watch,
Then I'll
and
take
then
the third.
whoever.
Okay. So Payne, we'll say that you'll be up with Alamir for. I'm just gonna put you guys in order here, so I know. I know you are actually doing your campfire thing, so just bear with me. Okay, so first watch, second watch, and Amelia, you're gonna do third with Selfina. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we progress into the watch rotation. Watch rotation. Lyra and Dench, your watch begins now.
Dench, I have questions.
Oh, okay. What's your questions? What's on your mind?
I don't want to keep making you my conscience, but this is all very, very new. And at first, I was feeling really good about letting that hobgoblin go. But then I started thinking about the fact that he forced a bunch of goblins to do things, and then they died. And so then it was very imbalanced. I can't stop thinking about the asymmetry. There was power applied downward.
Yeah.
The choice distributed unevenly. Responsibility was diluted. And he said he followed orders. I said there were points where he could have stopped, and we're both right. Should we have killed him? Payne said that he's probably been banished, which makes it feel a little bit more even, I guess. But how the hell do we do this?
Quick DM question. I assume I know a little bit about the hobgoblins and like goblin kind of like culture, but it does sound about right. Like he does. Yeah, a lot of noise going on back there. Sorry.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I guess what do I know about hobgoblin and goblin culture? Like more so than what's already been said, I guess.
Sure, go ahead and why don't you make a history check for me? Yeah, and don't worry about that. It sounds like someone's having fun, and that is literally the best thing in the world.
That looked like it was on a 4. That's weird.
Yeah, 11. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, you don't know a whole lot more about hobgoblin culture, but being somebody who is a military expert like you would know that hobgoblins are literally the military experts of the goblinoid world. They are the strategists. They are the typically war commanders, and they can under their leadership rally anything from goblins to orcs to giants. Typically not like the smarter giants. It's usually like hill giants, but they can get everything in between from lowly peasant all the way up to mage of any of those societies, bring them together for a cause and turn them into war machines. That's what they're born and bred for, which is why most civilized societies don't trust them for shit.
Well, from my experience, they are, they're not, they are leaders of goblinoid creatures, but when you're out here, you can make your own decisions for the most part, unless it comes back to you or you go back to your society. But knowing from what I've seen from what's his name, Raw Dog or whatever, Nogdrog, Non-Drog, that asshole. He's I think he is I hate to say it, but he is a pathetic sort.
That makes it
You
feel
know?
worse, though.
I know. So out here, there's it's almost impossible to 100% know what's right and what's wrong. I know what's wrong is killing an unarmed person who has surrendered to you, flat out. That's common. That's the rule of honor. You do not. So if he were to run 100 paces, draw his sword, and then charge us, then I mean, then it would have been game on again because now we're protecting ourselves. If I think I released an evil on or let an evil on this world continue, I don't think that's the case with him. He's not going to be controlling any group anytime soon, if ever, because he's a coward. He was a lowly soul, and if he finds his way into civilization, he won't make it very far either. But I am not the law out here. We we do not have the authority to be judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern is the possibility that I intervened not because it was right, but because it allowed me to postpone a harder judgment. You know, like they say morality is heavy, and I don't think it's because it's complicated, but because of what you have to, all the unanswered questions that you have to carry with you after.
You know,
I mean, sure, it would have been really easy to just kill him and never hear his story.
it
Then
would
maybe I
have.
wouldn't feel so guilty.
But I mean, listening to his story, we know a little bit more about what we're facing out west.
True. That's true. And I'm not looking forward to that either because now I'm questioning should we have done more research to figure out if we can cure this so we don't just go kill a bunch of fishmen children?
The answers weren't back there with the elves. We need to keep looking forward, and this is all new to everybody. Nobody knows.
But what do we do then? Do we just go in and plan to fight and kill?
Only if necessary.
I could try to sleep them.
You could, and it worked with the eagles. You know,
Did.
we have non-lethal methods to, take down the infected. But sometimes it may come down to us or them. You know, I don't want to make those decisions because these are all still people who are affected by something they could not control.
Right.
So we try to go non-lethal first. If that's not possible, we may have to do what's necessary.
Okay.
But you did good today, Lyra. I want to say you did very well.
Yeah, I was really proud of using my sleep spell first, and then you got shot, and I kind of saw red. And then I started to throw fire. But it felt necessary.
Well, um, I mean, I don't know why you would have reacted. So, I mean, I was okay.
Well, seeing you guys get hurt scares me. Look, even if I didn't like you guys, if you die, then I'm definitely dying. Not you, like just you. She'll turn a little bit pink. But like you, like the collective you, all of the yous.
Well, I mean, you're pretty small and fast. You can run pretty fast, I suppose. Probably got some flying magic. I don't know how all the wizards and thing work.
I could ride on Tensor's floating disc.
There you go.
Yeah, and also you, as nice as you are equally as scary when you want to be.
Well, that's. I guess that's the orc side of me, and the sergeant in me as well. Kind of pokes up every once in a while. And experiences are hard to put aside, so they bubble up from time to time. I don't like using that side of me for what it's worth, but I do not understand when it's necessary.
Well, yeah, I wasn't condemning it at all. I think it was extremely necessary, and I think that anytime you feel it's necessary, you should let that side out because between you and Payne, I mean, we can joke about my lectures and everything, but between you and Payne, you guys did have been pretty uncomfortable.
So did you, apparently, with your big words.
Yeah, those old things. I just know a lot of stuff, and truth be told, it was kind of a lecture I had given myself. The two between Payne and the Hobgoblin was kind of a lecture I told myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're supposed to be looking for things, right?
Yeah, and Dench will look up to the sky and the moon and all that. Yeah, it's about time for rounds. So
If you ever have a question for me, feel free to ask. By the way, I ask a lot of questions because I know that's how you gain knowledge, and a lot of people are afraid to ask questions. I'm an open book, so.
oh well. I mean, of course, I have many questions, but I don't even. When it comes to the things that you can do, I don't even know where to begin. I do enjoy listening to you talk about Tensa, but a lot, I will admit a lot of the things that you say do go well over my head.
Yeah, I get that a lot. That's why I started slowing things down, but then Kana said I was being rude, so.
Yeah. Well, in the case of Raw Dog, yeah, he definitely needed to slow down a little bit for his sake.
I don't think that's his name.
Well, it is now. All right, let's go on our rounds. Let's check this place out, make sure we're all safe.
Okay.
All right, now that we've dealt with Raw Mad Dog 2020. All right, so I'm gonna put you two up here so I know that your rounds are. All right, really quickly, because we had a little discrepancy here. Amelia, so nobody said that they were taking anything other than the wooden chest and the leather armor, but Amelia says you guys are taking everything. Am I understanding correctly then? Can I have it verbally said that you guys are taking everything you found at this camp short of the soup pot that's broken?
Definitely gonna grab those tents, yeah.
Okay, so the tents, just to be clear really quickly about the tents, because they are meant to sleep 4 people and not 2, they are 40 pounds and not 20.
I'll modify the weight on that.
Got it?
Unless someone has a reason we shouldn't take everything.
There is
thought-
only so much space on the cart, physical space, cubic space.
Is there enough space
For
everything?
what you have, yes.
Yep, I figure if we can cross that bridge when we come to it,
Sure.
chances are some of the stuff will end up going with the family.
Got it.
So
Okay,
my thought is everything unless anyone else is opposed.
Well, we don't need a big clay pot.
That was not
That's
on the
even-
inventory
I
list.
know it's not even
so.
there, but yeah, I mean, like the tent's definitely good to have. I guess the chest for other things.
Short bow, short sword, and the longbow are good to take, and the empty sacks.
I mean, Dench would have wanted to keep a longbow just in case anything happened to his. Short bows, itty bitty.
So I put all of the weaponry in the chest, put the chest placeholder on the cart, partially for just not scrolling through miles long weapon list.
Got it.
But again, figure the family can have them. We can always sell them if we find another trader. And also, we're not littering.
Hey, there you go. Okay, cool. So we will assume that everything then that Amelia has from the list, which are the 2 hide tents that are double weight, the 3 bird cages, which you're going to take with you that are big enough for a hawk, the wooden chest, the 2 empty sacks, the 3 short bows, there's a long bow on the back, and 3 short swords. And then you guys are... I'm sorry, and the 3 suits of leather armor. Got it. Cool.
The short swords are kind of garbage, you said, right?
Everything that the goblins were wearing and using are total fucking trash, but are still usable. They're just makeshift. Or chipped up. They need to be sharp. I mean, they need some TLC. They need a blacksmith to really give them some love. Or a leather worker, whatever it happens to be for.
Does the family have basic defend themselves equipment at the moment?
Yeah,
besides the bow?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's one bow that she's got, and then he has a spear. And the kids have, like, knives, but they're not wearing armor. No.
Okay. I know it's a little bit retroactive, but in the time before watch for some of it, before we actually bedded down, Amelia would for sure offer up, any of the supplies, especially the defend yourself supplies,
Okay.
the leather and weaponry, explaining that it all needs attention, but something's better than nothing.
We will say, for the sake of brevity and for you guys having to keep track of it, go ahead and remove 2 suits of leather armor. They'll put the smelly goblin armor on the kids, because a little protection is better than no protection. And they will also take 2 more short bows. He will sling 2 of the short bows, just in case one of the 2 of them breaks. Because if Mama's breaks, she's gonna fucking need a backup. And the kids aren't strong enough to draw a short bow, so.
So that would leave us with one suit of leather armor.
And 1 short bow.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again?
1 short bow, 1 leather armor. Yep.
Okay.
And then, the kids have knives. He's got a spear. We'll say she'll take a short sword as well.
Okay, so that would be...
So 2 short swords.
Okay, so we'd have 1 short sword left.
No. She needs 1 short sword. So you guys take 2 short swords, 1 short bow, and 1 small suit of leather armor. That's what you have. If you're gonna offer up all the goodies.
Yeah, unless anyone's opposed to it.
No, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Do they need or want the 3rd set of leather armor in case it's needed for repairs?
They openly admit they have no idea how to repair this, and it will just be put on the kids until they get to Durin Moor, and they can figure it out after that. But they do wipe it down. Like, they wipe the inside of it down. All the goblin grease from their armpits and crotch areas is... they try to get all the butt mud off of the back flaps.
But the kids are slightly more arrow resistant now, and that's what's important.
That is true. Okay. All right, that's settled. Let's move on to Watch 2. Payne and Alamir. Payne, if you have anything particular for Alamir, go ahead and lay it on me, baby. If not, Alamir sits pretty much in dead silence, about maybe 3/4 of the way through your guys' shift, though. He will kind of, like, nonchalantly lean over to you, and he'll say, actually, let me see, I don't know what he fucking speaks besides the languages his race is. 1 sec. Okay, he'll just say it in common. He'll just kind of lean over and go, just so you know, I think that regardless of whether or not they want to admit it, we're all just a little bit racist. It's not just you.
I'm not racist. I just was playing the bad dwarf, and I don't particularly like hobgoblins, but I mean, I know they have names, but come on, jeez.
No, I meant no offense. I'm the first to admit that, to be honest with you, gnomes bug the shit out of me. It's true. With their big-headed, buggy-eyed, fucking furry feet. I mean, who do they think they are, coming into our city and telling us how we're going to structure society? Am I right? And he kind of glares down at you.
I like Lyra though.
Well, she's a half-breed. She's a little different, isn't she?
She's a little bit different. I like her.
I like it too. Mages have always been an area of interest for me. Well, I think I've made this awkward enough, so I'll just keep my ears pointed up and my eyes pointed forward.
That's the best that we can do. They are really tiny though, aren't they?
They are, but no, never judge a book by its cover, right? He just stares off into the distance for the rest of the night. Okay, Amelia and Selfina. Alright, so Amelia and Selfina, so she kind of sits there at the campfire. Now, mind you, everybody's kind of spread out sleeping. I'm just moving up the order. Yeah, she just kind of hangs out, kind of looks around, she seems very vigilant, but she kind of sits there quietly. Maybe, yeah, make an insight check for me. This is a passive insight check. Okay, really good. She seems uneasy, but not by you. She seems uneasy by the day.
In Elven, you seem troubled as he walks away.
He can hear you.
Lucky for me, I've got my ears.
She
No.
whips away, says, "Fuck off."
Oh, you should have heard what I said off mic. No, you shouldn't have. It was terrible. I said it obviously jokingly, but so she kind of she takes a breath and she kind of looks over at you, kind of glances down at your holy symbol, looks kind of like up into the sky, and she looks back at you and goes, she'll say it in Elven. I trust my husband with the lives of all of us. And she kind of gestures to the kids and him and her. But sometimes I feel lost in all of this. I think sometimes the decision was made a little hastily, but I understand where he was coming from. Willow Hollow is a scary place to be right now with everything that's happening, and without an end in sight, what were we supposed to do? But then we come to the open road and jumped by goblins and traps and gods. What's gonna happen once we hit the barrens?
Would you have rather gone elsewhere?
I think, yes, I would have. We could have gone to Port Mira. We could have gone south to anywhere. Brackenford, Port Eldronis, Quinar, Gilles, Cogbach even, though we're not necessarily cut from the same cloth as they are. But we could have gone anywhere. And he chose the Barrens because it was the quickest path to some other civilization without having to truly integrate ourselves into dwarven kingdomship in Dun Kaldur.
Does he know your thoughts on this?
I made them known, but whether or not he truly heard my thoughts, that's maybe another story. Because here we are. And I trust him. I trust his protection. I trust what he wants to do. if we get to Durin more and things don't work the way we want them to, we simply travel across the sea and find ourselves a new home amongst our people. And I'm fine with that, but it doesn't mean I'm not any less nervous.
Well, sometimes the paths we set out on aren't the paths we end up walking after all. But I can't fault you for being nervous. In truth, I'm terrified of what we're going to find when we go out there. But that you're brave enough to even start in, well, in that direction or any direction for your family. That's not a small thing.
You're right. I didn't think that people of your caliber even felt fear. So that's interesting to know.
If you're talking about, doesn't matter what exactly you're talking about, there's definitely fear. Fear about a lot of things, that not going to succeed, that we're going to choose the wrong path, that we're not going to be fast enough, that people will get hurt because of action or inaction. There's a lot of fear. But that can't stop me or you or anyone else from trying anyway.
That's maybe true. The difference between us is I have 2 children to care for, and you have, she glances around, 3.
She'll laugh. She'll laugh at that. As
You
I'm
can
laughing at
sense,
chat.
yeah, you can sense that she's like trying to break the hardness of it.
I think yours are a little better behaved.
I think I'd agree. Especially the dwarf. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Is he truly always like that? And I don't mean to sound ungrateful for what I've seen him do for your group, but that was intense, and most of the dwarves we've met in our time in Willow Hollow have been wonderful, 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 caring, deeply devoted people. Is that normal for him? Is he okay?
She'll pause for a moment, really like thinking it through. I don't know, after the past few days, past week or so, if any of us are really just okay. But I don't think he means any harm. And from what I've gathered, I think he thinks this is all some grand adventure from a story. And to be one of those characters is the best way to make it through. We're gonna talk to him, but I don't know.
That's fair. That's an interesting way to put his behavior. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. It's not really my business. I just fear that the naive nature of a concept like that, like but he did mention, or Bergtrod mentioned he was a crater dweller. Is that right?
From what I've gathered, this is the first time he's left that area.
So it's not his fault. He's naive. It's something he has to learn on the surface, right? Because
Are we all to some things? We don't know what we we don't know what we don't know.
well, that's fair, and I'm on no grand adventure. Well, I fucking suppose I am now. But I wasn't yesterday or the day before. But
You were. There was just less children.
and racism.
Yes. Gonna
It's
need
okay.
to have a word with him about games.
I wouldn't fault him too hard on that. My husband's a terrible racist. Honestly, he is. Not against hobgoblins. He has nothing against hobgoblins. They're a wonderful. He is. Never mind. But he doesn't speak outwardly of it. Gosh, I'm sorry. You're looking at me now. I'm being judged.
I'm trying to understand. I mean, we all have different perspectives.
We do, and sometimes we lean heavily into those perspectives based on things we've experienced in our past. And my husband has had a couple of run-ins with the gnomish community in Willow Hollow, and he doesn't necessarily take kindly to their over-intellectualization of things that he was taught kind of the hard way. So I understand maybe where, and he nods towards Pain, or she nods towards Pain, where he's coming from in some respect with not maybe understanding better.
Like the way sometimes they can come off as condescending and then some, but you realize maybe they're just trying to make sure you both understand. Kind of
That
side eyes the tents.
she nods. Yes. We were tired. He, as the spokesman of our family, was tired of being talked down to so regularly for so many years. And he grew a dangerous level of disdain for them as a people and not as individuals. But we've noticed it as well with your mage, and we've tried to distance ourselves a little bit from her because of that. It makes us feel very uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
I don't know what all you've seen, what all you've been through, but I can say what I've noticed with her in particular. And maybe it can be applied to a broader group. Maybe I'm way off base, but Lyra clings to logic because that makes sense when little else does. When she's watched children, people she's known, die, when she's had to defend herself against those she would have called friends, when the world seems to be going to utter chaos, logic sometimes is the only thing that seems to make sense. She doesn't have faith. No, logic is her faith. She preaches it the way, well, I know how I am.
Well, it's not just you. Unfortunately, many religious people take faith and replace it with logic, and many intellectuals like her replace logic with faith, vice versa, vice versa. So, we've all got our faults. I would suggest, however, in the future, moving forward, that to make it easier for you to interact with the normal world, to make sure that maybe the mage and the priest talk at length about the way they go about things, because I think that trading intellectual integrity and faithful thinking will get them both it will get them both enough of what they need to operate in society as a whole, so that neither one of them says something stupid and fucks the situation up in the future for you.
She considers that. Nods a little slowly, but nods. I think we're going to have a great many conversations in the days that follow.
Well, here's to hoping the jackal comes back. She stares up into the sky.
It's quiet without him. But I have faith he'll be back. And she's also going to, of course, look towards the stars.
Yeah, she kind of watches up, and she'll watch through the remainder of you guys' watch as the stars start to disappear because the sun is coming up at your last watch. She will say, right, in total silence for maybe another 40 minutes, she'll just kind of sigh as the sun is coming up, and she'll look at you and say, he should probably rein it in too, by the way. He's a prick for no reason. Like, totally still on the same subject.
She doesn't say anything. There's just a little bit of a nod.
All right, so we'll go ahead and finish our long rest. So everybody can get themselves their long rest in. So for the first like hour of the long rest, Lyra is going through and rememorizing spells.
Yeah.
Lyra,
Yeah, go ahead.
as you are going through your morning ritual, because you have to do this every day, you don't have a choice because you're a wizard. You're a wizard, Lyra. So you look down at the book, begin to flip it open. You're kind of going through the spells. You're like, yeah. I know. I'm gonna take fucking sleep. I'm gonna take mage armor because I need those. I'm gonna take this because I need that. I'm gonna take this because I need that. You flip towards the center of the book, and the pages are blank. And as you get to a blank page, pretty much dead center of the book, your hand, like a magnet, sticks to the center of the page. Your right hand. It rises up ever so slightly, and the sigil goes into arcane bloom. And you guys would see Lyra kind of go, ah! As the sigil flashes to life on her hand. The pages then spin back towards the front of the book, slowly, to the very next blank page after her very last inscribed spell. Lyra, your hand then slams down on the page, and there is a burst of blue arcane energy that sparks off of the page. And Lyra, as the sigil then goes dormant and you can finally remove your hand, you see this. You see it?
I do. That's really fucking cool.
I got you. I told you, Lucy, you want to go on a fucking savannah? I'm about to start your plot, bitch.
Okay, am I able to read it?
Absolutely. This is a very specific spell, as you can see in the details here of the image. This is a spell of Find Familiar, Canes.
All right.
And you can add the spell to your spell book. Free spell.
All right. Thank you. I will do that right now. Okay, cool. And as would I know? Am I able to do it as a ritual?
You can do it as a ritual. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I know it's
Yep.
fine
Nope.
familiar in that
It's
can, but I
it's
wanna
the
make
nope. It is the same exact thing. Here's the thing though. You cannot use this iteration to summon another familiar. You are arcane bound to Canis. Full stop.
sure. Okay.
So breakfast commences. Because I assume you get up a little bit early to do that. So
Yeah,
probably
and she-
Amelia and Selfina would be the ones to see what is actually going on. Dench probably getting up a little bit early too to do rounds and kind of get his stretches in and shit like that. So you
Yeah.
guys would kind of see her hand does the flash, the sigil activates, her hand slaps down, and this all happens within like 25 seconds. And then Lyra, you'd know for a spell like that, you'd have needed a couple of hours to scribe it, and it just
Was there.
boom.
Okay. Yeah, and then so after she finishes looking through her spell book, you guys would see her take out a different book and start writing in it almost frantically.
You okay over there, Lyra?
Yep. Yep. Everything's fine. It's not very convincing. I mean, it's fine. It's new, but it's fine.
Is this something about Canis? Did you learn? Did he give you some kind of sign or something?
Well, I might be able to bring him back. I need time though, but I might be able to bring him back.
Okay, that's good. All right.
Can you tell how he is? If he's all right?
Uh, Sorry, what? She's digging through her pouches right now, and you see like where she had a little bit of maybe excitement showing, her face starts to drop.
Can you tell how he it what's wrong? And at this point she'll like if she was like sitting still or anything like that, she'd get up and start to move towards Lyra.
No fucking pearl, no fucking charcoal. She's
Wait,
just mumbling to
char-
herself.
You got plenty
Charcoal?
of charcoal. Yeah, in the fire.
No, it's more than that. I don't. Well, okay.
Do you still have your spell book open?
Yeah.
Are you guys Are you guys over talking to her?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know because I'll at least share with you guys too. If Candace is okay, if she's not slamming it shut and hiding it.
No, she's not hiding.
I made
shit.
I made a really cool spell page for this. So
You did.
there you go.
Oh, that is cool. So, yeah, Dench would have been over by the wagon, getting Pearl all squared away. But yeah, you would have walked over as soon as like she started making noises, all that. That's dope.
That looks
really
really
cool.
cool.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted her.
No, it's okay. If he doesn't fucking okay, whatever is happening, I want to say Canis is trying to come back, and he's trying to maybe use me as a vessel to come back, but I didn't know the spell, so I don't have any of the components that I need to. She just stops talking, and her shoulders kind of drop.
Well, what do you need? I mean, you said something about charcoal. There's plenty of charcoal on the fire. What else do you need?
Well, I need a brass brazier so that
Oh.
within it I can burn charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Any particular kind of incense?
The ritualistic kind, I guess.
Well, and she's going to go into
If we
like
don't
her
have
pouch.
If we don't
I-
have the brazier, then it's fine.
I mean, does it need
do
to be?
have-
Does it need to be made of brass,
Yeah,
or does it?
it does.
Oh.
it's kind of the way everything interacts together that makes the magic work, or at least brings the magic's attention to the ritual from the ley lines. It's a whole thing. Of course, I don't have anything.
Does
It's
magic
fine.
need to be so particular?
It's because spells are based on rules. That's kind of why I love them so much. It's fine. If he can't make it back to me, then I'll get everything when we get back in town.
All right. Well,
Well,
gather
we'll
what you
find some.
can here, and then we'll find some on the road, and the next town perhaps, or whatever herbs you need. We can maybe dig up around here, right? I mean, what do you need? Like thyme? Do you need like garlic? What kind of herbs are we talking about? Basil, oregano, parsley, cardamom, um, pepper.
I don't think she's cooking, Canis.
Oh, I don't know how this works. It seems like it's hooking them.
Wait, hang on. And she's gonna like push over some of the whatever we've been eating for breakfast. Eat before you continue naming
Yeah, you
herbs.
sound hungry, Dench.
Yeah, I am very hungry. Yeah, give me some of that snake meat.
It has less to do, I guess. I mean, it has some to do with what it is, but less to do with what it is and more to do with its intention. So, where I
Okay,
couldn't
so,
use
so
oregano, I could use sage because that's what it's intended for. It's the
uh,
more ritualistic, and the incense would be probably dragon's blood.
what do you mean? Like an incense made out of dragon's blood?
It has it infused, yeah.
What the hell? Where the
It's
hell you
powdered.
find that?
That's why it's not an easy spell and it's not an easy ritual to cast. It's 10 gold. It's I'll be able to afford it. We just have to.
Well, we'll get the supplies we can here. Make note of what we don't have and what we need. We'll keep our eye out as we continue, and we'll purchase some when we can.
I know.
That's all we can do.
If it's just the same to you, I'm gonna pout for a little while because last night was the first night I've ever slept without Canis. So she just turns and starts writing in the other book.
I think pouting seems only logical in a case like this.
I'll
But
get him back, Lara. Don't worry.
you should make sure you at least eat some snake while you're thinking.
Okay, so with you guys going through the motions of the morning, the mom and dad eat their fair share. Kids jump into the back. Tumnus, little goat feet tumnus. All right, yeah. What do you guys want to do? The world is your burrito.
So, I think the plan was we head due east on the road for another day, and then I
Not
believe
east, west.
what the
Yeah,
hell, man?
west.
West.
West would we head in the direction we need to go for a day.
Yes, we head in the direction we need to go. We go
Yes.
left.
And can I be honest with you? I wrote this entire quest block as quote unquote the Eastern fragments until about a week and a half ago, and I went, "Oh fuck, they're going west." I swear to God. And I had a whole note, rewrite everything. So stupid.
I'm a 40-year-old man, and I still flip flop my east and west and my left and right every once in a while.
Never eat sour wheat.
Never eat sour wheat.
News.
Soggy waffles.
Never eat soggy waffles. Thank you. At least somebody grew up in the same place I did.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time I heard it, it was the guy that it was in Boy Scouts, and my den leader couldn't remember it was never. So he said, "Don't eat sour wheat," and that's just how it stuck.
I learned it as never ever say whatever, and then I heard the sour wheat thing later on.
The don't makes me laugh. But we're not going north, so we're gonna have to go west.
Okay.
But
Well, I
DM, no,
tried.
we are going to try and get through as much of the snake as we can in the morning.
Got it.
While it's still edible.
Yeah, like cook off what we can, right?
Okay, yeah. We'll say that you guys can, let's see, you guys have, there's 4 of them and 4 of you now, so that's 8. So we will say for the remainder of the day, because you guys will have one more night with them, for the remainder of the day, you guys can, cook off another... with cutting out the bad parts, stripping the fat and the sour taste, see, it was 18 pounds yesterday, right? Is that what I had? 18 pounds?
It was 14.
14.
Well, after we subtracted all the meal, the
Oh,
dinner
you.
meals and all that.
So how much do you have left? 14. So we'll say that you guys eat the rest of the snake meat plus 2 rations, meaning some nuts and meat spread amongst you, and instead of needing more rations than that. So all the snake meat's gone, minus 2 rations, minus 1 pearl day's worth of food. And then I know that this line is at the top here. That was because that's the point you guys got to before you turned south. And then the resting point is actually at the bottom of this this little X. So you guys are very close to where you want to be, but that was like the safe spot, the sweet zone. Okay. So, let me just take a very quick note.
Oh, that's cool. You click on the icon and the actual picture comes up. Nice.
Yeah. That's the new pin thing that they have. That's why, like, if you go to Willowhollow, you can click on the fragment pieces and see what I've dropped there. It's just goofy little things like that. It adds so much.
It does.
Okay, give me just one moment. Does anybody want to do anything specific or special this night? Now, you guys know this will be their last night, because they're going to head west as soon as you guys wake up, are fed, and everything is done. And you guys know that you are within hours of where this location was that Amelia and Dench had pegged for your guys' spot.
Lyra is the quietest she's been since you guys met her.
Ooh, she's brooding.
Amelia is going to have one thing with Selfina tonight, if possible.
Okay. Give me one sec.
And she is going to try and talk to Payne as well.
I think Payne would want to talk to the adults also before they head into the wastes.
Yeah, same with Dench. At least, at the very least, making sure they're as set as they can be and have everything they need.
Who is the person who's going to be leading, by the way, from the Goblin camp west and then south? Is that Payne?
I seem to have been doing pretty good at it, so I'm more than willing.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and do that, Payne, and then because they have pinpointed us... Oh, go ahead, Amelia.
I was going to say, if I can help kind of keep track with the sky and just as we were with our map making before...
So it's
I'll
not...
try and assist a little.
Yeah, so it's not nighttime, so I can't really give you any benefit for that, and that's kind of where you shine. But what I will say is that because you and Dench managed to kind of pinpoint the location because of the stars the night before, I'll give Payne advantage on the roll. So make a survival check for me, Payne, with advantage, please. Ooh,
Well, I thought I rolled it.
You better roll fucking better than that, my man.
I thought I
Maybe
told
we
it to
are going
roll with
east.
advantage, but I did
Maybe
it
we
wrong.
are going east. Oh, what the fuck?
Technically
better.
better.
Oh boy.
How
Okay.
the fuck
Okay.
are we back
Okay.
in Willow Hollow?
Yeah.
Yay, I can buy my components.
So Payne must have been really distracted by being called a racist all of yesterday.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. So
So,
you go.
question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So if heroic inspiration says that you can give it to a player character in your group who lacks
Nope.
it, can I give him
Nope.
my? Okay,
Nope. Nope. Nope.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's very individualized.
Fair
However,
enough.
Payne is very uneasy about what happened yesterday, I would assume anyways, especially because he was pretty much not only by the enemy, but pretty much everyone in the fucking group including the children, was like, why is that man being so fucking rude to that guy? He threw his arms down. So maybe he's a little bit off, but it does throw you guys off by about a half a day. You don't get wildly out of the way. You just get to the point where you're supposed to hit the fork in the road and you start to go north. And that's when Payne realizes a couple hours in, fuck, we're in the Barrens. I know we're in the Barrens because this is the way I came. We need to go the other direction. So you guys backtrack and get to just to the point of the crossroads. When you do decide to stop, you know that you've got a half a day's travel to exactly where you want to be.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. All good. You okay, by the way, buddy? You seem a little broody.
Well, you know, I'm a dwarf, and dwarves are broody.
Well, I mean, that other guy seemed not so broody.
This is kind of the first time you've been broody. What's going on?
Well, I mean, I thought I was doing a good thing, and then everybody was like, "What, dude, you're kind of crazy," and then I was like, "Well, I guess I went too far."
There's only one way to learn.
It's kind of like what happened today. Go down one path, realize you don't like the way it's going, turn around and go back.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We will. And we'll have learned more because of it.
All right, I know I've used this map before. This is just for sake of giving us something
Wait
to
a
look at.
minute.
I know I
are
knew we
getting
went
right
back.
with the
God
Hollows.
damn it! Snake meat.
Man, we went east instead of west.
At least we didn't go north.
Never go north.
Okay. So, you guys go into your rest cycle. I know that there was a little bit of RP that wanted to happen here, so just for the sake of brevity, because we'll move through a lot of that. Who wanted to talk to who? I know Amelia wanted to talk to Selfina, and did anybody else have anything pertinent?
I think we all kind of wanted to talk to the adults,
okay,
maybe
sure.
as a group.
Yeah.
A final
Yeah.
goodbye and
Okay. So yeah, so we'll say for the sake of brevity then, we'll just kind of pop everybody in the middle here around the campfire. You guys managed to light a campfire, no problem. Kid's kind of sitting back here, hanging out, and Kane is, who is in the back of the cart, is gone. Okay. So yeah, you guys sit down, campfire's kind of roaring. Just so we know, we are on the eve of Winnell the First. Oh wait, no. You guys awaken Winnell the First, and you travel. Yeah, because it was was it 30th that we woke up on today? God damn it! Hang on. Session recap was. Oh yeah, Novus the 30th. Yeah, so it is officially, by the time you guys bed down, it is Winnell the First, meaning the first of the equivalent of December now. And you guys are resting at about 9:30 p.m. that day.
Are we new moon now?
Give me 1 sec.
Sorry, trying to keep track of that too.
And as usual, Dench would do his hunting thing. We don't have to go through the whole thing. I mean, like if it's just like a roll, that's fine. Roll on like a arrow or two.
Okay, it's waxing gibbous. That's where you're at right now. So about 83 to 84% of the moon is lit up tonight, with the full moon coming in 3 days. That was ridiculously specific, but I knew what you were about. So, okay, and you were going to do hunting, Dench, is that what you said? Okay, go ahead and make a survival check for me. Just give me a survival check for the area.
13, not terrible.
Okay, give me 1 second to take a look at my chart.
Like we're starting to get into like the barrens now, right? Like it's getting a little bit.
So you're not quite in the Barrens yet. You guys are still in what I would call like green territory, but you're like right on the fucking edge. So you happen to find a couple of wild hogs that are out there. Just give me 2 attack rolls.
Okay, this will be without the +1s.
Yep, regular arrows, I figured.
Oh, I have it already kind of set up for +1, so I'm just gonna roll it and
That's
just.
okay. Yeah, you can. Yep, no problem.
Yeah.
Yep, and then just subtract the arrow itself.
Ooh.
That's. Oh shit!
Well,
oh
hell.
shit! Wow. Okay.
So that's a 26.
Yeah, the 26. So you net 20, and so you kind of you spot the 2 wild hogs.
Okay, use my nat 20 arrow.
And it wasn't even magical. So you spot the wild hog, the 2 of them. You kind of pop up with the longbow already in full draw. You fire. The boar looks up at you and catches the arrow like just above the eyebrow, and it buries itself so deep that all you can see is the knock, and it just kind of twitches a few times and flops over. The female goes running. You can take the shot if you want, or you can just harvest what you got. But you know, this boar was like the size of a very large dog.
Does it look like it'll serve the whole party, or does it look
and potentially then some? It was like what you caught on your way here plus 1/2.
Okay, yeah, that one's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so you let the female take off into the barrens. You go out, grab him by the haunches, drag him back. And yeah, you guys, he comes rolling up to camp with this massive huge. This thing is fucking gigantic. And the 6 inches of arrow are hanging out the back of this thing's skull, but everything else is perfectly intact. So Alamir will assist with carving it up. So does anybody want to help him kind of butcher it, or does anybody have proficiency in survival, and he can lend his aid?
If we're making use of people.
Yeah.
What?
I do have proficiency in survival, yeah.
Okay, so he'll assist you. You go ahead and make the roll. So you get it with advantage. This is to carve it up.
Oh my god.
This wasn't at 24.
I guess so. My non-magical arrow. My god.
All right, so you and him carve this thing for about an hour and 45 minutes, and you get 120 pounds of usable meat off the back of this bitch. I mean, you guys cut down to the core. So you have 100, because this thing was like 250 pounds. So you get 120 pounds of meat.
All right, I'm going to add that to the inventory.
Yep. And then, 120, and we'll save for the sake of brevity here. I know you guys used some meat, but if you're going to cook it tonight, you have 8 people times 2, so 16 pounds you can subtract. And then make sure you guys take 1 pound, or 1 use of Pearl's food off.
I'm sorry, so it was, you said 120?
120 minus 16, so 104?
Okay.
Right? Wait, hang on. Is that right? Yeah, 104.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And this is going to carry you into the next day, so. Because I'm assuming you're
Okay.
preparing it. You're preparing it tonight for tomorrow, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Good.
Because we already used the snake meat.
Correct.
And
the 2
for
rations.
today.
Yes. Yep. But Dench knows what he's doing, and I know that he's using smoke to his advantage to make sure that this does not just rot overnight. So. Okay. So that's that. Those of you at the camp, Alamir and Selfina are hanging out with y'all.
So, do y'all have think everything you need to get on your way? I mean, we're gonna obviously split some of this hog meat because we can't eat it all. Obviously, this is gonna go to bad before we finish it.
Alamir looks up and he kind of nods and he says, I think that we're pretty good. He reaches back and touches his quiver that he has now split with Selfina. We've each got a handful of arrows, so I think we're probably all right there. The kids are better armored than they were a couple of days ago, and we thank you for that. We have a spare bow, short sword. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. If we stay on the main road and head straight for Durin Moor, and we can each carry a kid, we're young and healthy, thankfully, I think we could probably make it there in a couple days. We're gonna need to really hoof it, but as long as we don't tire the kids out or rely on their speed, we'll be fine. And I mean this seriously. Thank you very much for your assistance. I wish there was something that we could give you in return, but I don't think there is, really.
No. We wouldn't ask it of you anyway.
I think you've done quite a bit by taking over the cooking and butchering for me. That first night was a little rough eating charcoal, and you guys have made this much more pleasant in the evenings. I just want to make sure I came through the wastes, and it is not a safe place. Just if that's the way you want to go, I won't talk you out of it, but be very careful.
Do you have another recommendation of a route we could take that may not include the Barrens?
That's what's between you and your destination, is the Barrens, and that's all there is.
Okay. Well, I suppose the Barrens it is then. We'll move swiftly. We'll move mainly by daylight and hide ourselves at night as best we can. And once we're there, we'll be there. And to be clear, if you ever find yourselves in Durin Moor, if we've made a name for ourselves, come and see us and we'll pay you back however we can. And if we haven't succeeded and we've gone across the sea, come join us in Trubenshot and we'll pay you back however we can, I promise you.
Well, thank you for everything that you shared.
Now, thank you for everything you've done. You didn't need to do this. She, and Alamir points towards Amelia, is the one who approached us. We didn't come seeking help. She came like a shining star in the dead of night and offered us refuge, and we accepted, so...
I do hope our paths cross again. I'll bring Canis so he can say hello.
I hope you find him. He was... a jackal.
He
Still
is
is.
a jackal, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. And you see his wife kind of reaches across and like touches his knee, and he goes, I didn't mean to
No, it's
make
fine.
it seem like he was not with us, but he's not.
He's not with us. I
I've
understand.
only ever watched the Mage games in Willow Hollow, and I apologize for that greatly. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It definitely feels like she just stops.
He'll be back, and our paths will cross again. And she just says it as as if it's a statement of utter fact.
I'm Alamir at this point. I'm sure your holy woman is right. If there's nothing else that we can do for you in the time that we're here, since we've all full bellies and are all situated, we're going to rest with the children to get a little extra sleep for tonight, if you're all right with that. She kind of smiles. She kind of glances over at the needing to sleep races, and she says, meditation.
If I could borrow you for a moment before, well, after the children are bedded, she looks at Selfina. I'd a word with you, but then, of
Oh.
course, we'll handle watches tonight.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. She kind of steps down over by where Pearl is. And the husband goes to bed, Alamir goes to bed down, Tumnus and Nikki.
I'd like to rack my brain for any useful tips that I could give them for surviving the wastelands. I don't know of any, but possibly something Payne would know.
Oh boy, you know what? I'll tell you what. Why don't you make a survival check with advantage because you are from the Barrens. Yeah, because you're from the Barrens. Maybe there's something useful in that brain of yours. Okay, yeah, so we'll say that you've got a handful of tips about, like, not drinking crater water. Seriously, like, don't drink the crater water, because it's probably polluted and it has parasites in it, and you don't want to shit tapeworms for the next 9 weeks until you find a healer. Also beware of the giant mounds that look like they could be small mountains. They are not small mountains. They are dire anthills or dire scorpion mounds. And if you approach them, you'll probably be eaten by gigantic insects. And the third rule of thumb for surviving the Barrens is move during the day, sleep during the night, and make sure that you hide yourself just right. That's what they teach all the dwarven children as children. The dwarven children as children.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, so Amelia, you go down with Selfina. Alamir gets the kids to sleep. She kind of stands there next to Pearl, and she's like, I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No.
Oh, thank God. I'm sorry. I thought this was judgment.
No. I'm sorry if I led you to think that. I had two reasons for asking a moment of your time. One, I wanted to make sure you truly had everything you needed. That you had a way to carry any supplies, that you had everything to get you where you need to go. But and she seems really awkward for a moment. I know you said it doesn't pain you much, your leg, and in truth, I have no idea if it would work at all. But I was wondering if you would let me try and mend it, if Celestian's willing. She seems super, super awkward even saying such.
She kind of like half smiles by that, and she looks down at her leg, and she looks back up at you. She kind of glances up at you, and she goes, I'd hate for you to utilize
some sort of power you were given for something so trivial. I dislocated my hip in child's birth with tumnus, and it didn't set the right way, so if you're going to heal it, you're going to have to re-break it. Are you ready for that?
Does Amelia know how to do that?
Make a medicine check, bitch.
Yep. She's
Oh, we're
kind of
doing
like,
surgery right off the
Got
bat in
some
this
hammers
camp.
back in camp.
hey, it's so weird being on this side of the leg breaking surgery, just saying. Also, I mean, she's got the right background for this, theoretically.
Payne has a hammer for that. Also, Payne would approach Elamir at some point with the information.
Okay, yeah, we'll jump right into him after this. 14. So you would know with what she's telling you and with your intuition into what she's telling you, it's probably the truth. She's right. You're probably going to need to re-break her hip. Do you know how to re-break a hip? Not professionally, but you have a pretty good fucking idea how it needs to be done based on the anatomy of an elf, a full-blooded elf, at her age. And it probably won't take a whole lot of force to make it happen, but yeah, you could probably figure it out.
Okay. Probably the more important question. Do I have the sense that healing hit points would heal a broken limb? Because I'm trying to ask how some of those mechanics translate.
Well, as far as like how fucked up it is now, it's already healed. She's fully healed. She just has a
Yeah, but I mean,
disability.
if we
But
re-break it-
if you re-broke it, you are dealing her damage. So I will let you yeah, I mean, like if you re-break it and then heal it immediately, yeah, then you would be re-healing the hit points. Now, if she was missing the limb, no, you would require full-blown magic or alchemy in order to bring that limb back. But if you were going to just break a bone and then re-heal it and reset it, that is all medical knowledge and manipulation and then healing magic to make that work. And that you're confident about. What are we doing? We're 12 sessions in. What the fuck are we doing?
Hey, last time it was my first, maybe second session.
Yeah,
so-
I know. Yeah, that's true.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No. Amelia's, again, quiet. She thinks through it, kind of does that unconscious, like subconscious fiddling with her, like holy symbol. To even attempt such a thing, I mean, it would be incredibly painful for you. And it's not something that I would offer saying that it's without, well, risk or pain. The decision, well, should be and is yours. It could be done, and a use of a power, well, I follow the Wanderer the way I do so I can try and help when I can. If that's help that you would like, I would be glad to offer it. But you should know the risks of it, and that it would not be easy.
Amelia, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Nope.
She reaches her hands out and she kind of takes you by the forearms and she does pull you in close and she says, You and your people have already done more for me and my family than anybody in Willow Hollow has done in 387 years. I cannot ask you to do this for me now. However, when you and your companions are done with what you have going for you now, come visit us in Durinmore, please. And I will find a place where we can do this quietly, away from the children and away from my husband. And if we're not in Willow Hollow, come to Trubinshard. Check Port Sindrian first. Move northwest to Vamesh if, for whatever reason, we aren't there. I will make sure we make ourselves known so that you can follow the trail. I want this done for my children, if nothing less. Or maybe my grandchildren, gods, if it takes that long.
Then I will find you wherever you end up. For now, take this for you and your children and for your husband, and I pray you never need to use it. And I'm going to give her an item from my inventory that I am going to message you.
Understood. Got it. Okay, got it. Got it. She takes it and she kind of like looks at it and she nods and you see she kind of opens the breast pocket of her outerwear and she slips it in and she buttons it up and she kind of pats it and says, "That is extremely kind of you, because I know what your mission is here, or at least bits and pieces of it, so thank you very much."
She nods. I will find you again. But you should get some rest for now. The road will not be an easy one.
She nods and she kind of lets go of your forearms, well, one of your forearms that she was still holding, and she kind of just turns away from you, and she heads back up towards the kids and the husband.
And Amelia's gonna kind of take a moment, look up at the stars, and a little bit of prayer for their safety more than her own or her group's. And then she'll turn back to join the others for normal dinner or watch things.
Okay. All right. So watches. Who are we doing? Does anybody have anything for watches tonight?
Lyra would volunteer. Lyra, not
Okay.
Kira.
Now I thought I heard Kira. So I was like, "What? Lyra?" Kira just tears through the veil. Sleep. I got tonight. Don't worry. We're being chased by I don't know what.
Time dragons and shit.
No.
Time dragons. Aliens.
I ate the last of the pocket bacon. This was the only place that was safe. She's coming.
Oh, you killed a hog. I can restock. All right, Payne. You said you were gonna talk to Alamir, or did you have anything specific?
No, I would just approach and I don't have better directions for you, but I have this advice that I learned, and I would relay them. Don't drink the crater water, avoid the giant mounds, move during the day, sleep at night, hide just right. Good luck. And he'd leave them be.
Alamir, he kind of smiles and he kind of puts a hand out to you before you leave, like a handshake.
Yeah, and don't trust the gnomes. Really quiet.
He
Handshake.
He smiles and he kind of bends down and in Dwarvish he says, "I don't."
Payne would walk away just laughing.
Payne, take a DM inspiration for that. I'm proud of you for giving them that information. That was good. Okay, so does anybody have anything for watches, or did you guys want to just go through the night?
I don't really have anything current, personally.
Yeah, not really.
Nothing.
We are taking watches.
I guess it
Yes,
depends
yes,
on
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're taking watches. I
Yeah.
got you. Okay,
Yes, we definitely are.
so why doesn't everybody give me a perception roll? And I'll be right back.
Exactly what I would expect.
Paranoid racist dwarf.
Hey, after leading us the wrong direction, he's got to make up for it.
Oh, look over there. That's the way we should have gone.
Is it Lyra and Dench on a watch? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I do have one thing, but I don't think it'll be very much or very long. He said, "Go ahead from back there." So,
No.
when we're on watch, Lyra would say, "Dench, I have an answer."
You have an answer to. I didn't ask a question.
You
What?
did. Last time
I
we had
did?
watch, you asked why I would react that way.
Oh. Yeah.
I think this is what happens when attachment intersects with competence. So when the survival of somebody else becomes tangled with my own sense of usefulness, stakes they're not abstract. So my reaction is kind of colored by fear, I guess, of not being useful, not pulling my weight. If I don't act, then you or someone I care about could die. I care about you too. I feel like I have to intervene so that I can control the outcome. And so I think that's something I need to figure out, because acting impulsively, even with good intentions, could violate my own principles, which are apparently evolving from moment to moment right now. So,
I don't think that's the case. Your principles are pretty strong, as they are. You know what's right and what's wrong. I don't see it as I see it as complex, really, personally. I mean,
her face would soften a little bit. She's had kind of like her eyebrows have just been furrowed like all day. And that goes away a little bit. Well, I will try to keep it that simple, right and wrong. I think the struggle right now is, how do you know if it's right? If it's just because it's easy, it doesn't mean it's right. Like, killing something is easier if it means nobody else is gonna get hurt, but that has a story too. So I guess maybe figuring out how not to consider every single person's story.
best not to overthink it too much, if possible. You're never gonna, you know, foresee every situation that comes from your own action.
Yeah, that drives me crazy.
I know it does. But
In many years of school, I'm honestly kind of angry. Many years of school, and never was I prepared for what I actually needed to be prepared for.
experience is the best teacher.
Should kind of just leave it at that. She'll be actively participating with a 3 perception, with trying to help with the watch.
Yeah. And then she'll do his rounds as usual.
Okay, so you guys go through the night, through the remainder of the night. Nothing of particular note takes place, which is good. You guys awake the next morning, eat, and kind of prep yourselves for the travel. And you guys continue to travel to the south. However, go ahead. Yep.
The elves are leaving in the morning, correct?
Yes, so in the morning, they kind of get themselves gathered, they put their packs together, get the kids suited in their armor, clean them off a little bit more, and get ready to head off.
While everyone's getting ready in the morning, to the PC group, mostly to Dench is our resident survival expert. Um, Dench, the other tent, well, the tents we found, it'd be tight, but do you think we could all fit into one of them? Could we send the other with them? They're gonna have a long road ahead of them. I'd feel better if they had some shelter from the snow.
It makes sense if they can carry it. Yeah, absolutely. I think at least I actually hadn't mentioned it, but I assumed they should take the other 10. Yeah.
Do we have any water or any other rations we can spare?
Oh, well, if we split the hog meat, we still have, fuck, what do we have left of the hog meat? We still got over 100 pounds of hog's meat. We can for sure split this, give them half if they can, or whatever they can carry. And then, they take a tent. I mean, maybe hopefully if they have, a water skin of their own, we can fill up from our jug, I suppose.
Then Emilio will go over to them and essentially going to help coordinate whatever they can carry and what they can take with them. I don't know if we want to back and forth all of it.
Yeah, no, we don't need to necessarily. So you're going to offer them a tent. They will absolutely take the tent. So you can remove one of those. And as far as the water, they'll fill their water skins. How much water did you guys bring with you? I think it was it was a barrel, right?
I brought a jug, 8-pound, two 8-pound jugs.
Nope, 2 4-pound. So we had 2 gallons.
2 4-pound jugs, sorry. Yeah.
So
plus our full water skins.
Okay, so they'll take one of the jugs. If you guys offer it, they'll fill their water skins each, meaning 4 water skins full. So you can remove that, and yeah, they'll be good with that. And the hog's meat, they'll take 20 pounds of hog's meat. And then, yeah, they kind of prep themselves, strap everything up as best as they can. Each one of them puts a kid up on their back, kind of sitting on their packs. And again, both of them, Alamir and Sophina, will say, "Thank you so much for your kindness in getting us as far as we are here. We'll take what you said." Alamir kind of nods to Payne, and we will do our best to get to Doranmore. If we've made a name for ourselves, please come visit us, and I promise you we'll do everything we can to take care of you, if you ever find yourselves that far north.
Stay safe on the road. Don't take any chances. Keep those kids safe.
And we'll definitely not trust any hobgoblins.
Don't trust anyone.
Understood.
Well, except us. That worked out well.
Trust your hearts. Rest where the sky is kind. We'll see each other again.
And with that, they begin their trek west, as you begin your trek south. So, now we're right at 10 here, so give me just one moment. I want to get us into this next little section, and then we will stop for tonight.
we're gonna roll up. We're gonna end up rolling initiative.
Okay, so you guys travel another half a day south. And you arrive watching your map for the specific location. As you guys are traveling, why doesn't everybody give me a perception check, please?
Man, that splatted. That didn't even roll.
Pain. So Pain. As you guys are heading to the south, there are a handful of trees. It gets a little bit more, not necessarily foresty, but you do notice more trees than where you were the night before, closer to the barrens where it starts to become kind of scorched earth. And you specifically happen to notice a large tree just before you can feel the breeze of the inlet kind of hitting you, the salty air of the inlet. You notice a large tree that has scorch marks through its canopy that make a direct line from the east to the west.
Definitely point that out to everybody, guys. You guys see that big tree? It's got scorch marks east to west, like right through all those leaves.
I don't
Like-
see any trees.
That tree, I mean, it's right there. Come on.
Can we see it when he points it out?
Yeah, when he actually points it out and kind of stops you guys, you all see it. There is, like, through the canopy of the specific tree, there is a direct line of scorch marks through the leaves and the boughs of the tree.
Yep, that looks like something crashing from outer space, for sure. There's a crazy stone over there.
Okay, good, because I thought it was like some flaming phoenix or something like that. I was kind of scared we'd have to fight one.
No, I'm sure we're gonna have to fight a lot of crazy fishmen, though.
Is there a crater that you can see from there, or is it just scorch and into the water? Kind of. It looks like is it that kind of angle, like it's going through the tree and like, can we see the water from here? I'm sorry.
You can't see the water from here, but you can begin to smell the salt water. So in Pain, you don't see any craters of impact, but you definitely see that the trajectory is towards the water.
I don't see a crater, but I kind of think we should head towards that tree and see what we can find. I think that would be a great place to start. And I mean, trees mean animals too. Dinner.
Let's be cautious. We're close.
Yeah, seems so. So we should probably stealth our way for the rest of the way, you say?
We have a mule and two of us in not so
Well,
quiet armor,
yeah.
and I'd rather
As
we
best
not
we-
get separated.
Yeah, as best we can, I suppose.
Okay.
Good try.
So yeah, you guys can move stealthily if you'd like to. So why doesn't everyone go ahead and give me a stealth roll?
Or at least more alert, I don't know.
Yeah. Watch Amelia. Oh, not great. So you are definitely not moving quietly. Like, everyone trying to move quietly is actually way louder than not trying.
I can't stop
Don't be
stomping my
suspicious.
feet. Don't be suspicious.
Amelia might not have seen any trees, but she has certainly found every branch and dry twig there is.
Yeah. You don't notice anything in of particular note as far as the tree itself is concerned, but you guys are capable of confirming, like, yeah, something hit the top of this tree, shot straight through it, and kind of trajectoried towards the water. You go ahead, Amelia. You have something?
Sorry. Do we hear? Like, what do we hear animal wise?
Animal wise, not a whole lot. It's quiet.
Not a whole
Is it
lot, or
quiet like by the
absolutely
house?
fucking nothing. Because that's a big difference.
Give me a perception check, everybody who's listening.
Yeah, I'd be listening too. Yeah, like Thornell Estate quiet.
Right, that's what I'm worried about.
Okay, so Amelia and Payne, it is Thornell Estate quiet as you guys are quickly approaching the beach and the water.
Guys, I was wrong about the trees and the animals. It's quiet.
Like, the estate was quiet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess good news, bad news. This seems to be the place.
And Amelia's going to just shield. Just sling her shield down so she still has a free hand at least.
Yeah, I'll take out a scimitar as well.
Yeah, arrows, +1 arrows knocked.
How do we want to do this with Pearl? I don't want to, again, I don't want to get separated, but we know there was an ambush with well, that the goblins faced an ambush before.
Well, maybe we should back her off a ways. Kind of tie her to a tree, disconnect the cart, and get the supplies we need off of her. Last thing we need is for her to get spooked or murdered.
Okay, and it's easy enough to do. You find a tree as you begin to approach kind of like where the water's at. You guys find a tree. I'm going to change maps here, so bear with me. And we're going to...
The more maps you've prepped, the more scared I get, as an FYI.
There are a lot of maps.
I stand by my statement.
Okay, so as you guys approach...
so just as reference, Dench probably would have like tied her off probably like 100 feet back or something like that, like not in the thick of battle.
Understood. Okay.
When it happens.
Yeah, and I'll move her a little bit further back so that she's not a casualty of war here. So as you guys approach you can see now the waves and the inlet itself, and it's vast. I mean, you can see no land as far as the inlet is concerned. As you approach the beachhead, you do see in the distance you see a tent and the water and a pretty nasty sight. I'm going to go ahead and share something with you. And that is what you see.
I'm sorry, I have one other comment as we're getting close for sake of make sure it's noted. I am going to grab the jewelry box and the tongs and the holy water and make sure they are on my person.
Okay, go ahead and add those to your inventory.
I'll boop and do mage armor.
Okay, mage armor.
It's almost like we're paranoid.
Yeah, and Dench would have grabbed his backpack off the cart as well.
Okay, understood. Make sure you add those to your inventory, and I will add, as soon as the shield loads, I will get you your shield, Lyra.
Okay. This is a kind of annoying D&D Beyond restriction. Custom amounts you can only do as whole pounds. The jewelry box is a half pound. It's currently marked as being a full pound. That puts me over encumbered, or it puts me at encumbered. I would be just under that threshold.
Okay, we'll make mental note of that. Amelia, I'm gonna then just go ahead and I'm gonna put an orange. Actually, I'm gonna put a purple dot on you, and that means that you are not encumbered. And
I was just going to mark it as a 0 weight for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just-
I whatever helps with that. I'll make sure that we've just got a physical marker as well, so that we don't question it. One moment here. Wow, that's a big
Hooray,
ass.
we're all mage armored.
Woo! It's still big. Holy shit.
Mighty mage.
Mage bubble.
Oh, no, it's so cute.
There you go. Okay, so you guys approach the beachhead. You notice that there is a tattered and torn tent. Lots and lots and lots of blood from what you can see from a distance, as well as it looks like a canoe or two that have been kind of tattered and beaten in the distance. And that's, I think, where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. And yeah, we'll pick up here next week with you guys doing the investigatory work on the beach. Any last minute questions or anything for me?
Don't you kill my pearl.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna move her back. I'm gonna move her out of sight. You said it was like you're gonna move her like 100 feet back from
Like 100 feet back, yeah, like a convenient tree, basically, like, yeah.
Okay.
And then disconnected the cart.
Got it. Yep. Okay. I've got her marked pretty far back.
Relayed to the party that I have the rock storage supplies, so they know.
All right.
I don't do anything sneakily. We know this.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. That's that. Everything has been shared as far as handouts are concerned. You guys can see what you are getting yourselves into as far as next week is concerned. And that's that. So, we'll go ahead and end tonight's session here, and we'll pick up next week on Sunday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Crazy fish people.
I have a question.
How dare you?
Hey, at least we don't have the kids with us right now. I was a little worried about trying to protect that family forever. Like,
Yeah,
The
they're going to be traumatized.
yeah, and we
Night,
put them in
everybody.
like goblin armor. Gross. But night. See y'all in a
No
week.
pain.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you guys
Good
next
night,
week.
guys.
Let's see, we got Uchu, Polsky. Oh, Uchu's playing Path of Exile. We've got the Cold Brew playing. Ooh, Total War. Total War is fun. Maybe we'll do Total War. Ooh, Orcish Fence is playing Pathfinder, though.
Oh, Orcish Fence is fun.
Yeah, we'll raid Orcish Fence, I think, because playing Pathfinder, that's good stuff. And we just came out of D&D, so that'll be fun, too. So let's go ahead and raid Orcish Fence for tonight. Bear with me while I get the raid rolling. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to raid Orcish Fence, who is playing some Pathfinder. I am not sure if he is playing as the DM or the player. It looks to me like he might actually be playing the DM, but he's doing a lot of twitchy shit, so maybe not. We'll see. Oh, yeah, no, Orcish Fence, GM. Yep, and he's got 4 players with him, so... We'll be back next week on Sunday for session number 13, lucky number 13, hopefully lucky number 13. We'll have Lucy back next week, but I'm not entirely sure if his character is going to be joining us. It will all be dependent on how things go with Lyra and the plot that has been initiated. So, Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time.
Devil Man gave it to you.
Didn't my character think he was like